High School Election Day. Shanghai Province, Linhai City. In Linhai Third Middle School, I saw a wild-looking big man talking on the playground podium. Today is the most important moment in your life. You must choose a career that suits you according to the knowledge in the textbook. If you can choose a combat profession, then you will have the opportunity to enter the major combat colleges and set foot on the top of the world. Of course, don't be discouraged if the three occupations that appear are life occupations. If you can become a strong life occupation, you can still be admitted to some better universities. Students with more than 100 spiritual powers will be able to come forward to the career transfer monument to change careers. The students under the podium could not help but get excited when they heard the teacher's words. They practiced their spiritual power for 12 years in order to obtain a powerful hidden profession when they changed jobs. Unlike the excited students on the side, the handsome, fair-skinned boy in the corner of the playground seemed a little out of place. This boy is the school grass of Linhai No. 3 Middle School, Gu Mo. It's been 2 years since I awakened my memory. I don't know what career I can get. That's right, this Gu Mo is a rebirth. In a previous life, he was directly smashed to death by an unknown object because he stepped out of the company gate with his right foot. After that, he traveled to this world. When he was 16 years old, he awakened the memory of his past life. In his previous life, he was an orphan with no worries, and he was very excited to come to this wonderful world where he could change jobs and become a professional at the age of 18. Blue Star was no different from the original world for thousands of years, but a phenomenon-level virtual online game suddenly appeared 200 years ago. And a year later, this virtual online game was merged with Blue Star, and the Blue Star area skyrocketed 10,000 times. And along with the online game, there are countless terrifying beasts and monsters. Humans have not acquired the capabilities of online games. After humans were attacked by alien beasts and monsters, someone successfully found the career transfer monument and became a professional. After decades of development, the peerless powers finally repelled the alien beasts and monsters and signed a pact with them not to violate each other. Gu Mo awakened his memory at first and was very excited, fantasizing that he would have a system. But for 2 years, the system showed no sign of showing up at all. And when he was 16 years old, he awakened a B-level talent, Jianxian. But basically no one in this world chooses a sword cultivator, because in the past 200 years, no one has been able to step into the third-order sword cultivator. I hope there will be another powerful profession. Without a system, I would not dare to choose a profession that has not stepped into Tier 3 for 200 years. It's a pity to waste this B-level talent. With the big man's order, under the leadership of the teacher, the students of the rocket class came to the black stone tablet in the center of the playground in an orderly manner. Some people were happy and some were worried. Seeing the students in rocket class touching the career transfer monument one by one, Gu Mo's classmates in class 3 couldn't help but feel a little nervous. The students in this rocket class are all bosses with more than 200 spiritual powers, and the highest among them has a rank A career. They are all A-level occupations with 200 spiritual powers, so those of us with more than 100 spiritual powers are afraid that it will be difficult. Seeing that most of the students in this rocket class are only A-level occupations, the headmaster with a serious face and Chinese characters standing on the podium couldn't help but turn a black face, looking at the head teacher of the rocket class badly. And the head teacher of the rocket class is even more difficult. Why haven't any hidden occupations appeared in this class of students? Looking at this old Biden's eyes, I am afraid it is difficult to get the year-end award. After a while, it came to the time when the third class of the top class chose a career. The students in the third class are almost B-level and C-level occupations, and some people are unlucky enough to have 3 ordinary life occupations. Some people even shed tears silently. The teachers on the stage showed disappointment. If there is no one from the top 10 universities in the country in the third high school entrance examination this year, the third high school will be downgraded, and the salaries of myself and others will probably drop by more than half a star. Ordinary A-level occupations may have little chance of entering the top 10 universities in the country. Next in the third shift, Gu Mo. Hearing the teacher's call, Gu Mo slowly came to the black stone tablet. I hope to have a powerful hidden profession. Gu Mo's slender jade hands slowly touched the stone tablet. The originally peaceful steel suddenly had visions everywhere. The sky I saw was dark, and a terrifying skeleton phantom appeared. The breath of death emanating from the phantom of this skeleton directly makes people feel terrified. The principal sitting on the stage stood up in vain and murmured excitedly. This vision. You can't go wrong, it's an S-level necromancer. A necromancer with both offense and defense. As long as there are no accidents, this young man will definitely become a strong one. Then the headmaster patted the back of the class teacher Jianxian next to him with an ecstatic expression on his face and applauded excitedly. And Jianxian was also ecstatic when he saw this vision. The students he valued actually triggered the S-class career. The students below were even more shocked, and their eyes showed envy. This is an S-class occupation. In the future, it will definitely become a big man. Oh my god, Gu Mo actually triggered the S-class career. As expected of my male god. Not only is he handsome, but he also has an S-class career. Usually, Gu Mo's qualifications are mediocre, but I didn't expect him to be so lucky. S-class hidden profession. Take off directly. Before they could recover from the shock, bursts of golden dazzling light suddenly radiated from the sky. When the golden light dissipated, a 12-winged angel appeared in the sky. The soft radiance it exudes made everyone present feel a sense of comfort. The principal's wide eyes looked at the 12-winged angel in disbelief. This vision is no weaker than the previous necromancer. It must also be an S-rank occupation. Old Chen, you picked up a treasure. The head teacher of the third class on the side also had a wrinkled smile on his face. The people below were stunned. 2 S-class occupations. It's still a hidden job. Don't you just look handsome? God is so biased. How good would it be to give yourself an S-class career? Everyone is looking forward to what Gu Mo's third career will be. Then only a lingering breath appeared. A 1,000-meter-long sword light appeared in everyone's sight. A fluttering swordsman appeared between the skeleton phantom and the 12-winged angel. Seeing the 3 phantoms in front of him, Gu Mo's nervous heart finally eased. 3 S-class occupations. There are also powerful necromancers and seraphs. Gu Mo was hesitating what career to choose when a mechanical bell appeared in his mind. Detected that the host is choosing a profession, the strongest sword fairy system has been activated. Please choose the swordsman profession. If you choose another profession, this system will leave the host. Hearing this bell, Gu Mo's heart trembled. The dog system is finally here. The strongest sword fairy system. Which man in the previous life did not have a swordsman dream? With the help of the system, the third-order swordsman who has not appeared in 200 years is not a problem at all. And according to various legends in previous lives, Sword Immortal is the most powerful output profession. The sword is the head of 100 soldiers. Take the sword to the end of the world, and light the 19 states with one sword. There is also a powerful swordsman who can open the gate of heaven with one sword. Chic, elegant, and powerful are synonymous with swordsman in previous lives. He also has a B-level talent, the blessing of Jianxian, plus the system himself will definitely become the strongest in this world. The principal looked at the third swordsman phantom that appeared in the sky and felt a little regretful. Although this is also an S-rank profession, it can be said that it is a swordsman who is not even a C-rank profession. I don't know if Gu Mo is going to choose the necromancer or the 12-winged angel. Jianxian couldn't help but feel tight when he saw the phantom in the sky. He knew that his student had the top talent of a B-rank swordsman. I hope he doesn't do stupid things. The necromancer and the 12-winged angel can easily enter the top 10 colleges and universities in the country. Congratulations, Lao Chen. The class teachers next to each other congratulated Jianxian with sore eyes. The principal also looked at Jianxian with a smile and said loudly, Old Chen, this year's year-end bonus will triple for you. I didn't expect you to have such a good seedling in the third class. The students below looked at the three phantoms above the sky with envy. God is really outrageous. Give Gu Mo 3 S-rank careers. Give me 2 other occupations too. You even want to choose a swordsman? Be a second-order professional all your life? I don't know which career Gu Mo will choose. The necromancer and the 12-winged angel are so handsome. Some fans looked at Gu Mo with stars twinkling in their eyes. The male god is not only handsome but also powerful. The boys next to him were even more jealous with red eyes. The corners of Gu Mo's mouth twitched slightly, and he murmured, I choose the swordsman profession. Let me make the dazzling light of the swordsman bloom all over the world. Let the world know whether my Huaxia Jianxian is trash or the strongest. The other 2 phantoms in the sky slowly disappeared. I saw that the sword fairy phantom with a long sword entered Gu Mo's body directly. Those present who saw this scene were shocked. The headmaster looked at Gu Mo in front of the black stone monument in disbelief, and the murderous aura from his eyes filled the entire playground. Jianxian. How do you teach students on horseback? I don't know that this swordsman profession is the most rubbish profession. If you don't want to be a teacher, don't pull me into the water. When the job transfer ceremony is over, bring Gu Mo to see me immediately. If you let the bosses above know that a student in your school did not choose an S-class career but chose a garbage swordsman, he might not be able to keep his position. There are probably no more than 100 S-class professional Huaxia in a year. Once it becomes an S-class occupation, it will be an important main force in defending the frontier in the future. The other head teachers on the side were also stunned for a moment, then turned away from Jianxian and looked at him with schadenfreude. The swordsman profession is enough to achieve a good result in the college entrance examination, and the ranking of the 3rd middle school will definitely not drop. Old Chen taught a good student. He actually chose the swordsman profession. I know the student Gu Mo. He seems to have awakened a talent in swordsmanship 2 years ago. Old Chen, you didn't tell him that you must not choose the swordsman profession? Jianxian, who was beside him, changed his smile, broke out in cold sweat, and looked at Gu Mo's choice in shock. Principal, I don't know why Gu Mo chose the swordsman profession. I emphasized and emphasized in the class which occupations cannot be chosen. And the students below are even more confused. Isn't a swordsman the worst profession? Abandon the powerful necromancer and choose the swordsman? No matter how bad it is, choose the 12-winged angel. What kind of idiot is this person? Such a good luck in vain. Could it be that he was nervous and suddenly chose the wrong career? At this time, Zhang Tao, who is known as the first arrogant in the 3rd middle school, saw this scene and shook his head and said, Isn't it? Don't you know how pitiful these ancient occupations in China are? Dare to choose a swordsman. This person must be useless. He knew he was wrong when he transferred to Tier 3. I have good luck. I didn't expect to do such a stupid thing. Gu Mo didn't care about other people's eyes at all, and went straight back to the 3rd shift. Now they are so disdainful. When they become stronger in the future, they will know how powerful the swordsman is. As long as the level can be improved, the swordsman can be said to be the most powerful profession of the same level. And I have a system, and it can be said that it is very easy for me to upgrade the level. This system is more domineering just by hearing the name, the strongest sword immortal system. I will definitely let people in this world see the style that belongs to the swordsman. If you can't break through to Tier 3 with the system and B-level Kenshin talent, then you can find a tree and kill it directly. At this time, the classmates on the side looked at Gu Mo with schadenfreude. Gu Mo, you are really good. You actually chose a rubbish career. Let the necromancer not choose a swordsman. I admire you. Gu Mo. Why did I not have such good luck? If it were me, I would definitely choose the necromancer. Jianxian, the head teacher of the 3rd class, also rushed to the queue where the 3rd class was located. Looking at Gu Mo with disappointment, he said slowly, Gu Mo, do you know what you did? That's the necromancer and the S-level hidden profession 12-winged angel of the same level. You still chose the swordsman resolutely? Do you know that you gave up the opportunity to become the strongest in the world? Gu Mo looked at the head teacher, who usually treats him well, and came up to give a lecture, and replied slowly. Old class, as a descendant of China, is there anything wrong with choosing a career in China? Do you want me, a Chinese, to choose those Western occupations? Swordsman is not necessarily a rubbish profession. There are only trash people without trash jobs. Seeing Gu Mo's confident expression, Jianxian was helpless. Hey, Gu Mo, you are still young and don't know the importance of a profession. In the past 200 years, it's not that there are no talented people who choose the swordsman profession, but no one can step into the third order. You think you are the most talented swordsman in 200 years? And the swordsman's equipment and skill books are not much at all, and the development potential is too low. By the way, when the ceremony is over, the principal wants to talk to you. Gu Mo nodded and left the playground on his own. Perhaps? He is also busy opening the system to see what functions the system has. The strongest sword fairy system is loaded. Congratulations to the host for getting a novice gift package. The number of talent upgrades is X1, and the C-level swordsmanship Qinglong in the sleeves. Gu Mo looked at this reward, and the number of talent upgrades was once. As long as you use your own B-level Jianxian talent, I am afraid you can be promoted to A-level. Moreover, C-rank swordsmanship is also considered to be an extremely powerful skill at present. Blue Dragon in the sleeve, Class C, quickly pull out the long sword from his cuff, increase the damage of his long sword by 100%, and consume 10 points of spiritual power. Gu Mo silently learns the Qinglong in his sleeve directly. At the same time, Gu Mo's mind moved, and the number of talent upgrades was directly used against Jianxian. System tip: congratulations to the host's talent. Jianxian has been upgraded to an A-level talent. Jianxian, Class A. The speed of comprehension of sword moves increases by 100%, and the power of kendo moves increases by 100%. The A-level talent of Jianxian is really strong. Gu Mo's eyes widened when he saw the effect of the A-rank Jianxian. It is a full 50% higher than the effect of grade B Jianxian. System YYDS. Then Gu Mo opened the character panel. This panel is a panel that every job transferer has. After the integration of the world 200 years ago, basically as long as you become a job transfer person, you are similar to other online games. Not only has the character panel, but also has in-game functions such as the trading line, leaderboard, and career forum. Character: Gu Mo. Level 0, 0/100. Occupation: swordsman, S rank. Talent: Jianxian, A rank. Strength: 12. Strength affects how much damage a professional can do to others. Constitution: 11. Constitution affects the stamina and resistance to beatings of professionals. Speed: 13. Speed can affect a professional's running speed or speed when using weapons. Mental power: 12. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual power: 400/400. Ordinary class transfer person's spiritual power is about 100 points. Assignable attribute points: 50 points, 10 points of free attribute points for each level of S level 0. Skills: probe, E-level, thrust, E-level, slash, E-level, unthinkable sword, A-level, sleeve blue dragon, C-level. Equipment: long sword, dark iron grade. This time, I directly obtained 2 E-level skills and a powerful A-level skill. The spiritual power has also increased by more than 200 points. There is also an assignable 50 attribute points. It can only be said that it is no wonder that the S-class occupation is stronger than other ordinary occupations. Judging from the skill attributes obtained from this job transfer, it is extremely luxurious. Every time you level up, you can get 10 free attribute points as a reward. You must know that ordinary C-level professionals can only get 1 attribute point reward for each level of promotion when they are level 0. The S-level professional is 10 times as much as the C-level. After a successful job transfer, the professional will usually be given a weapon. Ordinary people transfer jobs with no-grade weapons, while Gu-Mo gets a black iron-grade long sword. And exploration is a skill that every professional will have. Basic information about some monsters can be found out. Huaxia Jianxian, a grade consume all of your own spiritual power and slash to deal real damage of X 5 times the current spiritual power value. After using it, you will enter a weak state, and all attributes will be halved within 1 hour. Real damage. This skill is completely a bug-like existence. If you use this skill, now the zero-order boss can be seconds at will. As long as you give yourself enough spiritual power, God can also slaughter it for you. Gu-Mo couldn't help but feel a little excited when he saw this skill. No wonder the swordsman can be said to be the most powerful profession at the same level. This skill alone can directly lie to the same level transfer person. And the side effect of this skill is at most weak for an hour, and with the effect of your own sword heart, you can play 10 times the effect. It can be used as a big move. Usually, you can directly use the blue dragon in the sleeve to deal with other scenes. Then Gu-Mo directly added the 50 attribute points to the attribute points according to the bonus points of Strength 20, Constitution 10, Speed 10, and Mental Power 10. With such powerful attributes and skills, Gu-Mo, the provincial champion of the college entrance examination, is bound to win. Just then, the system bell rang. System tip: please clear a first-order dungeon within 3 days and reach an S-rank score. Reward: free attribute points x 50. Attribute point rewards. If ordinary job transferers want to get attribute points, they can only get them by leveling up. Moreover, the attribute points obtained by occupations of different levels are also very different. If you want to increase the attribute points in other ways, you can only take the genius treasure. Of course, the price of a genius treasure is not something that an ordinary person can afford. As long as you get an S grade through the copy, you can get 50 attribute rewards. However, the entrance to the dungeon is generally controlled by various families and universities, and ordinary people have no chance to enter the dungeon. It seems that I have to go to the Beimeng Mountains to try my luck. I hope I can meet a wild copy in 3 days. Ordinary people who want to enter the dungeon basically have to join various families or enter a college, or just go to the wild to try their luck and see if they can get lucky and encounter a wild dungeon. And the professional forum at the moment is also a blast. In the forum, all Linhai No. 3 middle school students gave up their S-class career and chose garbage swordsman. Shocked, on the day of the transfer of Linhai No. 3 middle school, a student triggers 3 S-class occupations. Abandoning S-rank seraph, S-rank necromancer, what profession did he choose? Why did Tianjiao of Linhai No. 3 give up the 2 major S-class occupations to choose garbage swordsman? This news directly contributed a lot of traffic to the professional forum. Some netizens laughed at the bottom. No, this teacher of Linhai No. 3 middle school is too watery. Didn't he say that swordsman is the most rubbish profession? Laughing at me, is it really smart to give up 2 powerful S-rank professional swordsmen? Cowboy Plath, I respect that this eldest brother is a man who dares to choose the swordsman profession. And Gu-Mo didn't even bother to watch the forum at the moment. Besides, the words of others had no influence on him. As long as you can keep advancing, the world will always know how powerful the swordsman's upper limit is. Gu-Mo estimated that the ceremony would take a long time to end, so he prepared to enter the training room to familiarize himself with the skills of the swordsman. At this time, a cold beauty in a long white dress with a bumpy figure blocked Gu-Mo's way. This person is the mysterious schoolflower of No. 3 middle school, Jianxian. According to legend, there was a time when a playboy from a wealthy family in the 3rd middle school molested Jianxian, and the playboy's family went bankrupt the next day. One can imagine how powerful the forces behind Jianxian are. And she can be said to be quite familiar with Gu-Mo, and she often comes to Gu-Mo when she has nothing to do. But Gu Mo generally avoids it, so a woman with such a mysterious identity will definitely have countless troubles to get involved with her. Gu Mo looked at the beautiful embryo in front of him in surprise and asked in confusion. Qianxian, what are you looking for from me? Didn't you come here to enlighten me? Qianxian gave Gu Mo an angry look. You are also amazing, you actually chose a swordsman career instead of the necromancer and the blazing angel. You still need me to enlighten your free and easy character? You are now famous on the professional forum. Everyone knows that there is a fool who gave up his S-rank career and chose a garbage swordsman. Hearing these nonsense, Gu Mo could not help but turn his body and walk towards the training room. I'm not in the mood to listen to her talk nonsense. The main purpose now is to familiarize yourself with the skills before going out to brush wild monsters in the Beimeng Mountains to level up. Let's see if we can find a secret place. Going through the secret realm can not only get system attribute point rewards, but also get more experience points from killing monsters in the secret realm than killing monsters outside. If you can break through to the first rank before the college entrance examination competition, then your chances of winning the provincial champion will be even greater. In this way, even if he is a swordsman profession that is not favored by others, he can enter the top 10 universities in the country. In this way, there is a chance to enter the dungeon stably and clear the dungeon to gain a lot of experience points. Seeing that Gu Mo was about to leave, Qianxian hurriedly said, Gu Mo, I'm looking for you to have a big advantage for you. I can enter a secret realm. Secret realm. Hearing this, Gu Mo's footsteps suddenly stopped, and he turned to look at Qianxian. Qianxian then said, The profession I chose is a B-level Dark Knight Mage. You must enter a secret realm before you can upgrade to A-level Dark Moon Mage. And this secret realm requires 3 0-level professionals to enter. Your swordsman career is so powerful in the early stage that you can help me break this secret realm. Of course, I only need my career promotion, and the rest of the dungeon can be distributed by you and another person. Actually, Qianxian has obtained a profession that can raise the profession level. This kind of occupation can be said to have a very high ceiling and is extremely rare. As long as certain conditions are met, you will be able to directly upgrade your occupation level by passing the occupation secret realm. As long as you are strong enough, you can even upgrade your profession to S rank. And professional secret realms are generally accompanied by a large number of rare items. And the secret realm sent by Qianxian just solved Gu Mo's urgent needs. Not only have the opportunity to complete system tasks, but also get powerful props. At this moment, even Gu Mo, who has always been calm, was shocked. Okay, how long does it take to enter the secret realm? Qianxian's eyes turned into a crescent moon when she heard Gu Mo's affirmation. Let's enter the dungeon when we get familiar with the skills. After a while, Qianxian called for another job transfer. I saw this man looking at Gu Mo with a soft face, but Gu Mo saw a trace of disdain in his eyes. I think this is Gu Mo, who is famous in the sea, right? Introduce myself, I'm Li Zihao from number 1 middle school, A-level hidden professional berserker. My Li family is relatively strong in Linhai. If Gu classmate can't get along, you can come to the Li family to find me. The words are full of arrogance. Gu Mo just nodded calmly. Seeing Gu Mo's calm appearance, Li Zihao couldn't help but feel annoyed in his heart. This person really has a problem with his brain, and it is useless to give him the opportunity to flatter himself. Then, Li Zi said mildly to the schoolflower beside Gu Mo. Qianxian, if we're ready, let's start. Qianxian also nodded coldly and said coldly. Young Master Li, we don't know each other well, so call me by my full name in the future. If my father hadn't asked me to bring this young master of the Li family, I would never have wanted to bring him a copy. Then Qianxian said softly to Gu Mo. Gu Mo, are you ready? Let's enter the dungeon when we are ready. Li Zihao also felt Qianxian's completely different attitude towards herself and Gu Mo. A nameless anger suddenly burst out of my heart. I am an A-level hidden profession. I will definitely be a powerful master who can be promoted to the 5th or even 6th order in the future. Hateful. It's okay to be looked down upon by that eldest lady of the Chen family. How dare a commoner in this district dare to treat himself like this? When I'm in the secret realm, I'll let you see how powerful my A-level hidden profession is. Gu Mo nodded to himself. But let's talk about it first. How should the rewards for me and Li Zihao be distributed? At this time, Li Zihao seized the opportunity and immediately Yin and Yang came to Gu Mo. Miss Qingyue gave you a chance to upgrade to the next instance, but you still want the rewards in it? This kind of person is not worthy of being your friend, Miss Qingyue. I'm here to help Qingyue complete the career promotion dungeon this time, and I have no idea about those rewards. It's not like some people, who get cheap and sell well. Li Zihao ridiculed Gu Mo with Yin and Yang, and wanted to set off his nobility in this way. Gu Mo didn't pay attention to Li Zihao's Yin and Yang anger at all, and he was relieved to hear that he didn't want any reward for Gu Mo. If you have the system or the S-rank swordsman profession, there is no need to pay attention to this kind of jumping clown. Moreover, he is not interested in Chen Qingyue at all, and his main purpose now is to improve his strength. This world has no strength and everything is empty talk. Since young Master Li doesn't want the reward, I will accept the other rewards of the copy, Qingyue. Of course, although Gu Mo disdains this kind of clown, it doesn't prevent Gu Mo from disgusting him. Chen Qingyue glanced at Gu Mo apologetically when she heard the conversation between the two. I asked Gu Mo to help myself, but I didn't expect Li Zihao, an idiot, to be Yin and Yang weird Gu Mo. Although it is extremely difficult for a swordsman to upgrade to the 3rd rank, before the 3rd rank, the swordsman is undoubtedly the most powerful profession. Since Mr. Li doesn't want a reward, then the other rewards will belong to Gu Mo. Then Gu Mo, let's enter the secret realm. Hearing the intimate conversation between Gu Mo and Chen Qingyue, Li Zihao's eyes showed a fleeting gloom, and he had to force a smile. This is shooting yourself in the foot. The things that come out of the career promotion dungeon are generally extremely rare. I didn't expect to work for Gu Mo in vain because of my own words. As Chen Qingyue slowly chanted an obscure incantation, a 3-meter-long crack in time and space appeared in front of the three of them. The gloomy aura it exudes is enough to make people shudder. Gu Mo looked around, and a small blue letter appeared in front of him. Tier 0 Occupational Dungeon, Graveyard of the Night. Grade, Silver. Entry requirements, Night Mage X1. Number of people required, 3 people. A copy of the silver level. The dungeon level is generally divided into black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and king. The reward experience obtained by dungeons of different levels is also very different. Silver level will definitely get silver level equipment. And you can also get a lot of experience points rewards. There was a hint of joy in Gu Mo's eyes. I am afraid that my level can be improved by a few levels through this copy. Li Zihao on the side couldn't help but feel annoyed when he saw that this was a silver level professional dungeon. I knew earlier that I shouldn't have said that I don't need rewards. If you own a piece of silver level equipment or skills, then you are more sure to get a better ranking in the college entrance examination. Even the Li family has only 1 silver level weapon. Chen Qingyue already knew that this was a silver level copy, so she sent a team invitation to the 2 of them. Chen Qingyue invited you to join the Tier 0 Silver Rank Dungeon, Cemetery of the Night. Do you accept it? Gu Mo accepted without hesitation. This time I took a big advantage. With the acceptance of the 2, suddenly the eyes darkened. With a whirlwind, the scene around the 3 suddenly became eerie. Withered old trees appeared in front of the 3 of them. Dungeon Introduction. The Night Cemetery is the burial place of a powerful Dark Moon mage. It attracted a large number of Dark Knight mage to explore, but all of them died without exception, and they became without a trace of reason after death. Monsters wandering in this dark cemetery. Dungeon Mission 1. Kill all Night Mage puppets. The current progress is 0/10, and you can get 1,000 experience points. Dungeon Mission 2. kill the elite monster knight mage colossus puppet, kill the elite NPC to get a lot of rewards, and get 2,000 experience points. Killing this dungeon boss will drop the Dark Moon Mage transfer book, and professionals can be promoted to Dark Moon Mage. Note, you can only exit the copy after completing 2 tasks. Looking at the 2 tasks in front of him, Gu Mo couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. There are only 11 monsters in this dungeon? Hoping to level up a bit more. Jianxian murmured to the 2 behind him. I learned from the news at home that these ordinary knight mage puppets have level 5. Although they are not conscious, they are very difficult to deal with. We have to be careful. Li Zihao laughed and said, Miss Qingyue, I got 25 free attribute points when I transferred to a berserker warrior, and the attributes of these knight mages must be lower than mine. Look at me to make way for you. Seeing that he couldn't get the equipment skill book, Li Zihao put his attention on the experience point reward. The experience value in the dungeon is distributed according to the damage done by the professional to a monster. After he finished speaking, Li Zihao didn't wait for them to answer, and rushed straight towards the numb, walking dead puppet in the distance. Gu Mo also used the exploration technique to check the attributes of the puppet. Dark Mage Puppet. Template, Normal. Level 5. Skills, Bite, Ghost Step. Description: the Dark Knight Mage who came to the Night Cemetery to hunt for treasure was infected by an unknown force and became a puppet. The puppet didn't seem to react when he saw Li Zihao rushing up. Haha, this monster really doesn't have its own consciousness. Suddenly, Li Zihao's body glowed with bursts of red light, and above his fist, there was a glove glowing with yellow light and punched the puppet. Boom! Before he was happy, he realized that his attack could not cause any harm to the puppet at all. After the tiger-fingered glove is submerged into the puppet's clothes, it can't make an inch. Li Zihao suddenly panicked and exclaimed, Impossible! I'm a bronze-level tiger-finger gloves. You can't even break his defenses. The puppet felt that someone was attacked, and immediately opened his bloody mouth, and attacked Li Zihao like a ghost. Immediately, Li Zihao received a punch from the puppet, and was knocked back to the ground like a ball thrown away. A mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth. Then they ran in the direction of Gu Mo and Jianxian. He even shouted in his mouth, Help! Help me! Death in a copy is also real death. Li, proud of himself, who was still invincible just now, is now running like a dead dog. The Dark Knight Mage puppet also followed closely behind Li Zihao. And Li Zihao's shouting alarmed the 2 nearby Dark Knight Mage puppets. The other 2 puppets also ran in the direction of Gu Mo. Jianxian couldn't help but wrinkle when she saw this scene. Just came up and lacked a combat power. Moreover, this dude also disturbed the other 2 monsters. It seems that this puppet is more powerful than I imagined. Originally, the 3 of them had the opportunity to defeat these puppets one by one. At this moment, Jianxian extremely regretted agreeing to the request of the head of the Li family. Run, Gu Mo. Those monsters are coming towards us. I'll see if I can kite them to death. The corners of Gu Mo's mouth are slightly raised. Such a powerful monster must have a lot of experience, right? Slowly took out a black long sword directly from the storage space. Jianxian was taken aback when she saw Gu Mo's actions. Did Gu Mo want to challenge 3 monsters by himself? Instead of retreating, Gu Mo moved forward, skipping Li Zihao's figure and rushing directly towards the 3-headed Dark Knight Mage puppet. Li Zihao watched Gu Mo rush up, and couldn't help but ridicule. Oh, these monsters can't even break through my A-level hidden profession and bronze-level weapons, how dare he go up? And this is still a 3-headed monster. Do you want a hero to save the beauty? I see how you died. Li Zihao also stopped and turned his head to look at Gu Mo contemptuously. I saw Gu Mo holding the sword in one hand and raising his wrist. A blue light flashed. Blue dragon in the sleeve. The long sword, which was as fast as a silver dragon, slashed directly at the Dark Knight Mage puppet closest to him. Zhang. The moment the originally indestructible puppet touched the silver dragon, it cut off the ugly head of the puppet like cutting tofu. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 Night Mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. With the death of the puppet, the golden light around Gu Mo flickered, and it was successfully upgraded to the first level. Gu Mo did not hesitate to directly add all the attribute points obtained by upgrading to the speed. UI. His current strength is enough to break through this puppet's defense. What? Could it be that Gu Mo used the swordsman's most powerful Wuxiang sword? As a son of a big family, Li Zihao certainly knows some secrets, such as Wuxiang's sword will consume all the spiritual power of the swordsman. Li Zihao stared at Gu Mo incredulously with wide eyes, and then showed a malicious smile. Chen Qingyue on the side was also nervous. Immediately cast the slowness technique, slowing down the speed of the other two monsters. Run, Gu Mo. I have an elixir to restore spiritual power here. Come here, and I will give it to you. Gu Mo killed the puppet, ignoring the two, and killed the two puppets next to him. With 10 points of speed added, Gu Mo now moves as fast as a normal puppet. Zhang. 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 2 cyan rays of light flashed, and the other 2 Night Mage puppets were also killed by Gu Mo. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 Night Mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 Night Mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. With the death of the 2 puppets, Gu Mo was directly provided with 400 experience points again. Gu Mo's level went straight to level 3. Watching Gu Mo kill these 3 puppets directly like cutting vegetables. Chen Qingyue and Li Zihao both froze in place. Actually, Gu Mo is not using Wuxiang's sword. He is just a commoner. How could he learn other kendo moves? Is it his own trick? Terrible. After killing these 2 puppets, Gu Mo said disappointedly, "Unfortunately, there are only 10 such monsters. Otherwise, this place is definitely a good place to level up." Seeing that Gu Mo killed the 3 puppets so easily, Li Zihao couldn't help but feel resentment in his heart. But it's just relying on the attribute bonus of the S-class occupation. When you reach the 3rd level, any profession can hang this Gu Mo. Let him be more arrogant. Then Li Zihao tidied up his clothes and said with a fake smile, "It seems that this puppet's weakness is in the neck. I know its weaknesses this time, and it must be easy to deal with them. Why don't we have 2 monsters? Brush your experience?" Li Zihao is also very jealous of the experience points of these monsters. One has 200 experience points. This is similar to the experience value of the first-order monsters outside. And the first-order monsters will only appear in the depths of the Beimeng Mountains. In the depths of the Beimeng Mountains, there is a powerful 4th-order monster. Therefore, if professionals in Linhai City want to level up, they basically have to enter the secret realm. The zero-order alien beasts on the periphery of the Beimeng Mountains simply do not provide much experience points. Gu Mo smiled and looked at Li Zihao with disdain, and said playfully, "Okay, then let's blame 1 person and 2 people. If some people die, they won't care about me." Chen Qingyue also deeply disliked Li Zihao, who wanted to pick up the leak. According to her findings, this neck is not much different from the strength of its body. Gu Mo's sword slash can achieve the same effect of one-shot kill on the body of this Night Mage puppet. Then Chen Qingyue whispered in front of Gu Mo and said apologetically, "Gu Mo, I'm sorry, I brought such a person in. I wouldn't have brought him in if it wasn't for his father's begging of me. I'll give you another compensation after you leave the secret realm." Gu Mo is not a stingy person either. "Forget it, I am very satisfied that you can let me enter this secret realm to upgrade. Just ignore this idiot from now on." Li Zihao watched the 2 approaching and whispering intimately, and his heart burst with anger. Isn't that just killing 3 puppets? Now that I know the weakness, I can still kill it. In the early stage of S rank, there is not much difference between my rank hidden professional attribute points, and I still have bronze rank weapons. There's no reason not to kill this puppet. Then Jianxian also said loudly, Gumo, my blame is up to you. The main purpose of my entry this time is to successfully change jobs. Gumo nodded and added the upgraded 20 attribute points in a way of adding 10 strength, 5 constitution, and 5 speed. Open the properties panel. Character, Gumo. Level 0 level 3, 0/400. Occupation, swordsman, S rank. Talent, Jianxian, A rank. Strength, 42. Strength affects how much damage a pro can do to others. Constitution, 26. Physical fitness affects a professional's stamina and ability to resist beatings. Speed, 38. Speed can affect a professional's running speed or speed when using weapons. Mental power, 22. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual power, 700/700. Ordinary class transfer person's spiritual power is about 100 points. Assignable attribute points, 0 points. 10 points of free attribute points are awarded for each level of S level 0. Skills, thrusting, E level, slashing, E level, Huaxia sword, A level, sleeve blue dragon, C level. Equipment, long sword, dark iron grade. Looking at his luxurious property panel, Gumo was extremely satisfied. As long as you clear this silver class transfer dungeon, you will probably be able to increase your level by at least 7. And every time you level up, you can get 100 spiritual power points. Then went straight to the depths of this cemetery. Aren't you good at shock blasting? Directly bring all the monsters over to clear them. The speed of customs clearance is also an important criterion for judging the score of customs clearance copies. Gumo doesn't want to waste any more time. 50 attribute points will be awarded as long as the S rank scoring system is obtained. This is equivalent to the attribute points you get when you upgrade to level 5 when you are level 0. Jianxian nodded when she heard Gumo's words. Okay. Let's fight quickly. Jianxian picked up the scepter in her hand and murmured a spell. Boom! A huge ball of light exploded in front of Gumo. The sound of the explosion resounded directly through the entire copy. The rest of the night mage puppets heard the sound and their hideous heads looked in the direction of Gumo. Roar! 7 dark knight puppet mages rushed towards Gumo like ghosts with ghost steps. Gumo's mouth twitched slightly when he saw this scene. Good come. Pull out the black iron long sword and run towards the puppet. Zhang. 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 All I can see is the sword light slashing out like a blue dragon. The 5-headed dark knight mage puppet died directly. System tip. Congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 knight mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. System tip. Congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 knight mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. System tip. Congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 knight mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is x200. A-level Jianxian and Qinglong in the sleeve double the happiness. Gumo's random C-level skill has the same effect as a big move. If you let them know that it only takes 10 points of spiritual power to cast the blue dragon in the sleeve, I don't know how they will feel. And Li Zihao saw that Gumo killed the 5 dark knight mage puppets so easily, and his vigilance against this puppet went down again. One of the 3 major illusions in life, I can do it again. Li Zihao said excitedly. Gumo, leave the remaining 2 monsters to me. Gumo took back his long sword and looked at Li Zihao with a little interest. This idiot doesn't really think he can beat these puppets, does he? Unless he has the effect of a big move with a small skill like me. Give you 10 seconds. If you can't kill it after 10 seconds, just follow behind you. If this person was not Qianxian's friend, he would have snapped him with a sword. Gu Mo didn't want to add trouble to Qianxian. After all, he got all the benefits of entering the dungeon by himself. Li Zihao's eyes showed great anger. You dare to mock me with just the mud legs of this plain background? After Li Zihao took out a bottle of soul-returning potion and drank it, he could only hear him sipping low. The blood-colored light that blooms on him is even more prosperous. It even exudes a bloody aura. Li Zihao clenched his bronze finger and punched the puppet's neck with a solid punch. Boom! Undoubtedly, he was knocked over a dozen meters away by the Dark Knight Mage puppet. There was confusion in his eyes. How is this possible? I have clearly attacked his weakness this time. Why can't it break its defense? A mouthful of blood spurted out, and Li Zihao held the ground with his hands with difficulty. And Gu Mo didn't even look at him, and rushed towards the two puppets. Two sword lights flashed, and the two puppets fell down. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 Night Mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100%, and the experience value is x200. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 Night Mage puppet. The killing contribution is 100%, and the experience value is x200. Congratulations to the professional for completing the dungeon task 1, killing all the Night Mage puppets. The current progress is October 10th, and you will get 1,000 experience points. Because Professional Gu Mo has 100% contribution to killing Night Mage puppets, he will gain an additional 1,000 experience points. Gu Mo's eyes lit up, and he actually gained an extra 1,000 experience points. Gu Mo opened the properties panel and took a look. Character: Gu Mo. Level 0, level 3, 3400/400. Occupation: swordsman, S rank. Talent: Jianxian, a rank. Strength: 42. Strength affects how much damage a pro can do to others. Constitution: 26. Physical fitness affects a professional's stamina and ability to resist beatings. Speed: 38. Speed can affect a professional's running speed or speed when using weapons. Mental power: 22. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual power: 700/700. Ordinary class transfer person's spiritual power is about 100 points. Assignable attribute points: 0 points. 10 points of free attribute points are awarded for each level of S level 0. Skills: exploration, E rank; thrusting, E rank; slashing, E rank; unthinking sword, A rank; sleeve green dragon, C rank. 3,400 experience points. System upgrade directly. Congratulations to the host for being upgraded to level 4. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to level 5. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to level 8. Raise 5 levels to get 50 free attribute points. Gu Mo directly adds points in the way of 20 strength, 10 constitution, 10 speed, and 10 mental strength. At this moment, he felt that he was full of power. His strength has been raised a notch again. And the two people on the side looked happy. They also gained 1,000 experience points. Gu Mo turned his head to Qianxian and muttered, "Come on, go to the next level. Kill that boss directly and finish." Qianxian also nodded and followed behind Gu Mo. As they passed through the cemetery composed of tomb bags, a crack in time and space appeared in front of them. Stepping into this crack, with a whirlwind, the scene changed again. This time they directly entered a cemetery. A large bronze square appeared in front of them. And in the center of the bronze square, there is a statue. Boom! A loud noise appeared in the center of the square. I saw that the statue stood up directly, and a pair of scarlet eyes stared at the three people who came in. This is probably the boss of this night cemetery. Gu Mo originally thought that the final boss of this dungeon would be a night mage, but he didn't expect it to be a statue. Immediately used the exploration technique to explore the information of this statue. Night Mage Colossus Puppet. Template: Elite. Level 10. Skills: Bite, ghost step, roar, bloodthirsty, stealth. Description: the Dark Night Mage who came to the night cemetery to hunt for treasure was specially refined by the Dark Moon Mage into a puppet guarding the cemetery. Elite level templates. Still a powerful 10th level monster. And also has 5 skills. And according to the description of the Colossus puppet, this copy has a follow-up. A puppet refined by the Dark Moon Mage to guard this cemetery. Looking at the luxurious panel of this boss, Gu-Mo had to cheer up. Gu-Mo came to the Colossus puppet in a flash with his long sword in hand. Blue dragon in the sleeve. A cyan light and shadow appeared. Zhang. When the long sword slashed in front of the giant statue puppet, it couldn't break his defense at all. And the top of the Colossus puppet's head only shows a -100 HP prompt. Jianxian on the side also raised her hand to display the Dark Knight technique. The hidden technique directly blessed Gu-Mo. Gu-Mo's figure disappeared. This is the exclusive skill of the Night Mage, which can directly make allies hide their bodies. Gu-Mo, you can be invisible for 10 seconds, and my spells will disappear after 10 seconds. Li Zihao, who was on the side, watched with joy as Gu-Mo couldn't break the defense of the Colossus puppet. I didn't expect you to have today too, Gu-Mo. Commoners are commoners. The Colossus puppet waved its hand and patted it in the direction of Gu-Mo. Boom! Cracks appeared directly in the earth. Rock splash. Gu-Mo was shocked to see the powerful strength displayed by this monster. Must fight fast. Although the blue dragon in his sleeve has the opportunity to directly consume the Colossus. But once this is done, it will definitely not get an S grade. I am now invisible, and there are still a few seconds, enough for me not to be attacked by this Colossus. Gu-Mo has already made up his mind. Standing directly in front of him holding the sword. Unexpected sword. Zhang. 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 A huge sword sound resounded in the cemetery. One after another, sharp sword intents appeared all over Gu-Mo's body. The other 2 people present felt the breath and did not dare to breathe at all. Is this the real strength of Gu-Mo? Did Gu-Mo perform the swordsman's strongest move? The power of this sword is enough to instantly kill any rank 0 professional. There were ripples in Jianxian's beautiful eyes. Li Zihao was also surprised when he felt this sword intent. Even the strongest blow of that swordsman can't have such great power. Just the bursts of sword intent emanating from this make people tremble in their hearts. This Gu-Mo definitely has a secret. When you get out of this secret realm, you must find someone from the family to seize this Gu-Mo and interrogate it. I saw a dazzling white light illuminating the entire cemetery. Boom! Gu-Mo raised his hand and waved, and a huge sword light slashed straight out. The sound of the speed of light breaking through the sky directly resounded through the entire cemetery. And there was panic in the eyes of the huge puppet standing in the center of the square. The head of the huge puppet was directly smashed into powder by the sword light. But the kill bell was not heard. Gu-Mo followed for a moment. Not dead. My attribute points are halved within half an hour, and I still have no spiritual power points. I saw bursts of red light on this huge puppet, and his crumbling appearance showed his weakness. Jianxian blurted out while watching this scene. Does this huge puppet have a special effect of avoiding death? On the side, Li Zihao's eyes lit up. The spiritual power of Gu-Mo's Huaxia sword has been exhausted. And that huge puppet must be extremely weak at this moment. As long as this giant puppet can be killed, he will have the authority to distribute the giant puppet loot. That's right, the distribution authority of the boss drop in the secret realm is calculated according to the last blow. Even if he offends Jianxian, his only family is a tyrant in Linhai City. Silver-level equipment skills are enough to take risks and offend Jianxian. Li Zihao was ecstatic in his heart and ran towards the huge puppet like a ghost. Don't panic, watch me kill this Colossus puppet. Gu-Mo's eyes froze when he saw this scene. This man is so clueless. I still want to steal the monster. Jianxian also frowned. This Li Zihao is so ignorant. Even at this time, I still want to grab the blame. This character is too bad. When the dungeon comes out, I must ask my father to punish the Li family. Before Li Zihao approached, the Colossus puppet roared like a roar. A sound wave came out. Li Zihao immediately responded and was knocked to the ground. Gu Mo scolded coldly. If you dare to attack this monster again, you will die. Jianxian said angrily. Li Zihao, if you dare to steal monsters again, then Linhai will not have your fruit to eat. Li Zihao said hypocritically. Miss Chen, what's wrong with me helping you pass the secret realm dungeon? I'll help you kill this monster quickly. The higher the score, the more rewards you will get. Besides, how do we know if this monster has any ability to recover? If he has the ability to recover, then we are in danger. Li Zihao didn't take the words of the two seriously at all, and took out a few talismans from the inventory. Someone who has no spiritual power at all, your value has been exhausted, give me death. A dead person, presumably Jianxian, will not deliberately make things difficult for my Li family for him. Besides, there are only the three of us in this secret realm, so as long as we don't admit that we killed Gu Mo, we'll be fine. A series of talismans rushed towards the Colossus puppet. And Gu Mo was relatively close to the Colossus puppet, and a talisman flew in the direction of Gu Mo intentionally or unintentionally. At this moment, Jianxian also quickly used the slowness technique to bless Li Zihao. I can't let this Li Zihao grab the blame. Gu Mo has put in so much effort. If Li Zihao is allowed to kill this monster, not only does Li Zihao have the right to distribute the spoils of the boss, but also the huge amount of experience points for killing the boss in the last blow. Suddenly, Jianxian found the talisman flying towards Gu Mo, and was furious. This Li Zihao wants to kill Gu Mo? Damn it! Then Jianxian used the blasting technique to fly towards the talisman. Seeing this scene, Gu Mo's eyes froze. This Li Zihao must die. Boom! The talisman that flew towards Gu Mo was directly blocked by Jianxian's blasting technique. At this time, Gu Mo's spiritual power had recovered by more than 10 points, enough to cast the blue dragon in his sleeve once. A blue light flashed. The Night Mage giant elephant puppet was killed by Gu Mo before it had time to dodge. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing the 10th level Night Mage Colossus puppet. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value is X 1000. Congratulations to the professional for completing the second task of the dungeon, killing the Colossus of the Elite Monster Night Mage, and obtaining X 2000 experience points. Elite Night Mage Colossus Puppet Drop Rewards: A-Level Night Mage Transfer Book X1, Sky Spirit Fruit X3, B-Level Swordsman Skill Floating Slash, Silver Level Equipment Dark Moon Sword, Silver Level Equipment Dark Moon Shoe. Get 3000 experience points again. Enough to raise yourself to level 10. Gu Mo couldn't help but rejoice when he saw the golden light on the ground boss dropped items. Silver level equipment in Linhai is a powerful equipment that only old-fashioned families have. And as soon as it exploded, 2 bursts, a weapon and a pair of shoes. 3 genius treasures and B-level swordsman skills were also revealed. Jianxian also looked at the reward on the ground in amazement. There are so many rewards. With these 2 pieces of silver-level equipment, Gu Mo is probably able to get a very high ranking in the college entrance examination. The Night Mage's transfer book has finally appeared. And this day Lingua seems to be a top-quality genius treasure, and it can add 5 points of strength attribute points. Li Zihao, who was lying on the ground, also greedily looked at the equipment on the ground. 2 pieces of silver equipment. Even in his family, there is only 1 piece of silver-level equipment. If you can get these 2 pieces of equipment, you will definitely be able to enter the top 10 universities in the college entrance examination. How could Gu Mo, a small civilian, be qualified to get such powerful equipment? There is also the Heavenly Spirit Fruit. If you eat the heavenly spirit fruit and combine it with 2 pieces of silver level equipment, I am afraid that the attributes will be comparable to the S level profession. At this moment, Li Zihao was quite annoyed. Why didn't he use those talismans from the beginning? Otherwise, these rewards are all yours. Just then, the copy bell rang again. Congratulations to the professional who spends 1 minute and 50 seconds to clear the Dark Knight Graveyard, get an S grade, Gu Mo's damage accounts for 100%, and an additional free attribute point x10. S grade rating. Also rewarded Gu Mo with an extra 10 attribute points. Jianxian and Li Zihao were extremely shocked. This trip to Gu Mo has fully harvested an additional 15 attribute points. Gu Mo was also satisfied listening to the ringtone coming from the copy. System tip: congratulations to the host for clearing the Dark Knight Graveyard dungeon with an S rank score and rewarding free attribute points x50. At this moment, Li Zihao got up and tidied up his clothes, smiled and said to Gu Mo, "Gu Mo, it was all a misunderstanding just now. How about we make a deal? I used the money to buy these 3 heavenly spirit fruits and 2 silver level equipment. I'll give you 1 million. Only then did Gu Mo recover from the joy of receiving the reward. Before Gu Mo could speak, Jianxian, who was on the side, said angrily, "You want to buy 2 silver level equipment for 1 million? Are you the one who doesn't know the goods of this copy?" Gu Mo turned his head to Li Zihao and said lightly, "Did you forget what I just said? 1 step forward and you're dead. Besides, you threw that talisman quite accurately and threw it at me impartially. I never make deals with the dead." After speaking, Gu Mo walked slowly to Li Zihao with his long sword. Li Zihao heard what Gu Mo said in disbelief. How dare he? I am the direct son of the Li family in Linhai. He hurriedly said, "Gu Mo, it was all a misunderstanding just now. I'm from Linhai Li's family. I'll definitely give you an explanation for what happened just now when the copy is out. I will definitely compensate you. After the copy was released, I asked my father to tie you up secretly. Let you know that you can mess with not just anyone." Gu Mo didn't move at all when he heard this, and still walked towards him with his sword in hand. At this moment, Li Zihao panicked. He saw a trace of murderous intent in Gu Mo's eyes. This Gu Mo really dared to kill himself? Gu Mo, I advise you to calm down. Jianxian, please persuade him. If you offend my Li family in Linhai, don't even think about it. Gu Mo, I know I'm wrong. Please don't kill me. When I leave the secret realm, I will give you 5 million compensation. At this moment, Jianxian also glanced elsewhere. It's not a pity for this scum to die. Actually, for the boss reward, they attacked the companions who entered the dungeon. Gu Mo laughed when he heard this. Do you think I'm so stupid? Let you out of the secret realm? If this is your last word, then you can go on your way in peace. Zhang. A blue dragon was cut out from a sleeve. Li Zihao's head is directly separated from his body. There was still fear and disbelief in his eyes. He still didn't believe that a commoner would dare to kill a big family member of his own. System prompt: congratulations to the host for killing the A-level professional berserker and get X10 free attribute points. There's even a surprise. You can also get rewards for killing professionals. There was a huge uproar in Gu Mo's heart. If you snipe those professionals with all your strength, wouldn't you have endless attribute points? Then Gu Mo calmed down, but he still has a bottom line, and he must not do such a thing. Gu Mo picked up the bronze-level finger tiger glove in his hand and put it into the storage space. Pity. After killing a professional, you can only get the props on his body, and the props in his storage space will dissipate with the professional. At this time, Jianxian stepped forward and murmured, Gu Mo, don't worry, although the Li family has some strength in Linhai, as long as you don't stay in Linhai City, they will have nothing to do with you. After the dungeon is out, I'll go and tell my grandfather. The Li family will definitely not dare to trouble you. After all, we have a reason for this matter first. Gu Mo nodded, not caring what revenge the Li family would do to him. The strongest person in Linhai City is only Tier 3. When he enters a few more dungeons, no one in Linhai will be able to compete with him. After killing Li Zihao, Gu Mo didn't have any other reaction as he thought, and he even had a faint feeling of excitement in his heart. Only by mastering the strength can we survive in this world of the weak and the strong. At this moment, Gu Mo's mentality changed quietly. This world is not the peaceful world it used to be. As long as you are strong enough, no one dares to speak even if you destroy a big family. Gu Mo then directly handed the class a Dark Knight Mage transfer book to Jianxian. Then look at the other equipment on the ground. Heavenly Spirit Fruit. Quality, blue. Description, wood-type genius treasure, bred from a 100-year-old giant tree. Effect, after taking it, you can increase the strength attribute point by 5 points, which can only be taken once. 5 strength attribute points. Dark Moon Sword. Quality, silver grade. Attack speed plus 50%. Strength plus 10 points. Sharpness plus 50%. Effect, a long sword from the Dark Knight Mage forged by a friend. Its sharpness is far superior to other silver-level weapons. Attributes increase by an additional 100% at night. This is simply an artifact. This Dark Moon Sword directly throws the attributes of the Black Iron Long Sword in my hand 100 streets. Just adding attributes is enough to have 3. And at night these attributes are also increased by 100%. If you let yourself use this silver-level weapon to attack the Colossus puppet, you can easily kill it without using a big move. Dark Moon Shoes. Quality, silver grade. Speed plus 10 points. Hit rate plus 50%. Effect, from the shoes made by the Dark Knight Mage for friends, it is combined with the blood of the Dark Knight Mage, and the speed is greatly improved. Attributes increase by 100% at night. Although the attributes of this Dark Moon shoe are not as good as the Dark Moon sword, it also has a 100% bonus at night. And it has the effect of increasing the hit rate by 50%. I believe that in the silver level, these two equipments are also extremely powerful. Gu Mo looked at the 2 pieces of equipment with joy and put them on his body directly. Jianxian also looked at the 2 pieces of equipment with a different expression. The property is extremely luxurious. As expected of the props generated by the transfer copy. As Jianxian used the job transfer book, an obscure and gloomy aura emerged from her body. A black line directly wrapped her in it. Above the copy sky, bursts of moonlight burst into the wrapped Jianxian. Gu Mo also looked at this scene with a smacking tongue. Being promoted to a rank will trigger such a big vision. If it is S rank, I am afraid that the light of the entire moon will be absorbed by her. I don't know how long it took. The black line wrapping Jianxian's body gradually dissipated. A white and holy figure appeared. Skin like cream, face with peach blossoms. Gu Mo was stunned by the bumpy figure. I really underestimate her. When Jianxian looked at Gu Mo's expression, she immediately realized something was wrong. Looking down, the black thread directly devoured my clothes. Her snow-white and flawless face became extremely red in an instant, and blushes appeared on her beautiful face. Jianxian turned around immediately, took out a brand new dress from the storage space, and put it on. Then Jianxian blushed and glanced at Gu Mo angrily. It is absolutely not allowed to say what happened just now. If you say it, I'm not finished with you. Gu Mo also touched his nose in embarrassment and muttered. Who knew this was the case when you advanced? It's not my fault. Before Gu Mo could finish speaking, the blush on Jianxian's face spread directly to her snow-white jade neck. Okay, let's get down to business. I got a prompt for promotion just now. If I enter the 2nd rank, I can simulate again. And the next dungeon will be a double dungeon. It is estimated that after the college entrance examination, I will be able to enter the 2nd level. When the next dungeon comes, I'll still only need the transfer book, and all other rewards will be yours. Gu Mo nodded after listening and agreed. The dungeon that is promoted to the S-rank occupation is definitely not low-level. There are so many good things in just one silver-level dungeon, and Jianxian Yue's next dungeon will definitely bring out more good things. The only pity is that she cannot enter the dungeon before the college entrance examination, otherwise the college entrance examination will be easier for herself. Then Gu Mo swallowed the Tianlingua directly. If it is a sweet smell, it is not as unpalatable as imagined. Gu Mo picked up the other two heavenly spirit fruits and the bronze-level finger tiger gloves and handed them over to Jianxian Yue. You can eat one. After all, this is your copy. I have already taken so many benefits. You can sell the other one for me directly. After all, the next dungeon will have to rely on her to enter. How can it be done without dealing with her? Jianxian Yue took two heavenly spirit fruits and said very principledly, "Okay. These two heavenly spirit fruits can add 5 strength attribute points. Basically, one can sell for about 50 W, and it is estimated that it can be sold for 70 W during the college entrance examination recently. And these bronze-level finger tiger gloves are stolen goods after all, and they may only be sold for 30 W. I'll transfer the 170 W to you after we go out. After all, I said that when I enter the dungeon, I only need the transfer book, and the two heavenly spirit fruits will be sold to me." Hearing Jianxian Yue's persistent words, Gu Mo had no choice but to nod. Then, the two walked out of the space crack in front of them. Jianxian Yue murmured, "It took me almost half an hour to change jobs just now, and it's almost time for the transfer ceremony to end now. Let's go, the principal will probably speak later. There's a surprise waiting for you later." "What's the surprise in the principal's speech?" Gu Mo looked at Jianxian Yue puzzled. Then, the two walked to the playground side by side. As the phone vibrated for a while, Gu Mo took out the phone and saw that Jianxian Yue had already transferred the 170 W to herself. This Jianxian Yue did not expect to be a little rich woman. 170 W said it would turn it. Originally, Gu Mo planned to use the forces behind Jianxian Yue to sell his two heavenly spirit fruits and the tiger gloves. Unexpectedly, Jianxian Yue bought it directly. Gu Mo is not at all worried that Jianxian Yue will pit him. If he dares to pit himself, Jianxian Yue will understand what cruelty is. After parting with Jianxian Yue, Gu Mo stood in the queue of Class 3 board. The classmates next to him watched Gu Mo come back, and they also whispered for a while, gloating over their faces. Open the system panel. Character, Gu Mo. Level 0 Level 10, 1500/10,000. Occupation, Swordsman, S rank. Talent, Kenshin, A rank. Strength, 67 plus 10. Strength can affect the damage a professional does to others. Constitution, 36. Physical fitness affects a professional's stamina and ability to resist beatings. Speed, 48 plus 10. Speed can affect the running speed of the professional or the speed when using weapons. Mental power, 32. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual strength, 1400 out of 1400. Ordinary class transfer person's spiritual strength is about 100 points. Assignable attribute points, 80 points, 10 points of free attribute points for each level of S level 0. Skills, probe, E level, thrust, E level, slash, E level, unthinkable sword, A level, sleeve blue dragon, C level. Equipment, dark moon sword, silver rank, dark moon shoes, silver rank. Now your own panel is extremely powerful. Just a single sword can kill all the scum on the scene. After the 10th level, it can be promoted to the 1st level. Unexpectedly, it would take a full 10,000 experience points to upgrade to the 1st order. I said why Jianxian Yue's origin is so mysterious that he can only be promoted to the 2nd rank after the college entrance examination. I am afraid that breaking through to the 2nd order requires more experience points and more terrifying. Then Gu Mo added 80 attribute points according to the bonus points of 40 strength, 20 constitution, 10 speed, and 10 mental strength. Gu Mo squeezed his hands together and instantly felt stronger again. With the end of the transfer ceremony, the principal stood on the playground podium with a black face and forced a smile, holding a microphone, and said, "Now the Linhai third transfer ceremony is successfully concluded. Due to special reasons this year, all students who have successfully transferred from all key high schools in Linhai have the opportunity to enter a zero-order secret realm 3 days after the transfer ceremony. And the top 10 scorers based on clearing the secret realm will receive a lot of rewards. Please familiarize yourself with your professional skills in the past few days. I'll give you 3 days off, and we'll gather in the playground after 3 days." Hearing this, the students below cheered for a while. Actually, Linhai has the opportunity to enter a zero-order dungeon for free this year. This is great news for the students below. If they can upgrade a few levels in the dungeon, then they will be more confident about entering the Battle University in the college entrance examination. System prompt: to trigger the task, please ask the host to win the first place in the citywide competition 3 days later, and reward the S-level skilled lucky drop. S-rank skills. And luck-related skills. Seeing this, Gu Mo's heart trembled. I got the first one. Although I don't know what the effect of this skill is, the system's product must be super powerful. When the time comes, you guys will know the true strength of the swordsman. The corners of Gu Mo's mouth twitched slightly. Just when Gu Mo wanted to leave, the third-class teacher stopped Gu Mo. "Gu Mo, the principal will have some important business with you to discuss. Come with me." Gu Mo nodded and followed behind the head teacher towards the principal's office. As soon as he entered the principal's office, he saw a displeased look on his face. "Old Chen, go out. I'll have a good talk with Gu Mo." The head teacher Jianxian had no intention of leaving at all. After all, his students gave up 2 powerful S-class occupations and chose a career with no future. The ghost knows what the principal will do to his students. As his head teacher, he is also obliged to stand here. Seeing that the head teacher was still standing there to support himself, Gu Mo's heart warmed. "Old class, you go out first. The principal's breath will definitely not be so small." Hearing this, Principal Bai Chen's black face became even darker. Could it be that he, as the head of a school, is so small in the hearts of the two of them? The head teacher Jianxian had to leave the principal's office after hearing Gu Mo's words. After Jianxian left, the Principal Bai Chen took a deep breath to calm down and said, "Gu Mo, right? Do you know how much influence your choice of swordsman career today has on your future? You may not have listened to your class teacher's speech carefully. Since the virtual online game merged with reality 200 years ago, no one has been able to upgrade the swordsman profession to the 3rd rank. Don't think that you have nothing to do with your current strength. When you reach the 2nd order peak, you will regret your choice today." Gu Mo also stepped forward to find a stool and sat down at this moment, and said lightly, "Principal, I know that no one has been able to upgrade the swordsman profession to the 3rd rank in the past 200 years. But the people in front can't. I have the confidence to upgrade to the 3rd rank." Before he finished speaking, Gu Mo directly unfolded his 10th level aura. A powerful sword intent filled Gu Mo's body. Principal Bai Chen was suddenly startled. "What? We've reached level 10 so quickly. It's been less than half an hour since the transfer to now. Even if you enter a secret realm, you can't reach level 10 so quickly." At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded in my heart. Maybe this Gu Mo could really raise the swordsman to the 3rd rank. Principal Bai Chen looked at Gu Mo, who was confident in Yang in disbelief, and then sighed and said, "It's good for young people to be motivated, but don't be too ambitious. Now that your occupation has been selected and cannot be changed, we will discuss this matter. You chose an S-class occupation today, and the school and the city will issue rewards to you. The school will reward you with 1 million RMB and 3 genius treasures that increase strength, speed, and physique by 5 points. The city originally planned to reward you. You have a B-level swordsman skill book, but there are no such high-level swordsman skill books in the city, so I will only reward you with 2 C-level swordsman skill books." Gu Mo was also pleasantly surprised to hear this. The only pity is that there is no B-rank swordsman skill book in the city. Thinking about it, most of the skill books that exploded in the dungeon are closely related to the occupation in the dungeon, and the swordsman is originally an S-rank occupation, and the chance of appearing is relatively small. There are even fewer people. Then the principal Bai Chen took out a box full of forbidden sacrifices and handed it to Gu Mo. "Our third middle school depends on you, kid. Strive for good grades in the college entrance examination. Get a place in the top 10 universities in the country." Gu Mo took the white jade box and opened it, and it turned out to be 3 genius treasures. Blasting fruit. Quality, blue. Description: the fire attribute genius earth treasure was bred from a 100-year-old fire tree. Effect: after taking it, you can increase the strength attribute point by 5 points, which can only be taken once. Kusama fruit. Quality, blue. Description: wood-type genius treasure, bred from giant grass trees. Effect: after taking it, you can increase the speed attribute point by 5 points, which can only be taken once. Flesh fruit. Quality, blue. Description: the wood attribute is 2 material to treasure, bred from the flesh and blood giant tree. Effect: after taking it, you can increase the reminder attribute points by 5 points, and you can only take it once. Gu Mo directly swallowed the 3 fruits one by one. System prompt: take burst fruit, strength plus 5. System prompt: take kusama fruit, speed plus 5. System prompt: take flesh fruit, constitution plus 5. Attribute points increase again. Principal Bai Chen continued. The rewards from the city will be delivered to your home in the next few days. After 3 days, you can seize the opportunity and try your best to raise your level to the first. According to the situation of the college entrance examination in the past, generally only one who has reached the first level advanced level can enter the top 10 colleges and universities. Gu Mo also nodded thoughtfully when he heard the principal's words. I hope this copy of the monster can be a little more. Otherwise, the only way to upgrade is to rely on the copy of the college entrance examination after January to brush monsters. Then Gu Mo left the principal's office. When Jianxian saw Gu Mo coming out, he was also concerned and asked quietly, "The principal didn't embarrass you, did he?" "Let me tell you, the principal is notoriously careful." Gu Mo looked at his head teacher suspiciously. "The principal is a tier 3 powerhouse. Do you think he can't hear you if you leave the door open?" The principal sitting in the office twitched the corners of his mouth when he heard Jianxian's words and shouted directly, "Jianxian, come in for Lao Tzu." Gu Mo looked at the head teacher, whose face suddenly changed, patted his shoulder and muttered, "Old class, take care." After that, only Jianxian, who was in a trance, was left in a daze. After a while, Gu Mo returned to an old apartment. This is exactly where Gu Mo lives. Gu Mo pushed open the door, and a scent entered his nose. What caught my eye was a beautiful woman with a hot body and a cool dress, who came out of the kitchen with an apron around her waist. This woman is Gu Mo's half-sister Xiao Luzhu. She is an orphan like Gu Mo, and because she has a good relationship with Gu Mo, she pulls Gu Mo up. Seeing Gu Mo coming back, Xiao Luzhu hugged Gu Mo in his arms and muttered, "Xiao Mo, how is the promotion ceremony today? Have you chosen a good career yet?" Gu Mo suddenly felt dark in front of him, and instantly felt that he was about to suffocate. "Sister Luzhu, let me go first. I'm out of breath." Hearing that, Xiao Luzhu looked at Gu Mo with puzzled eyes. "Didn't you like your sister to hug you the most before? Why are you so shy now?" Hearing Xiao Luzhu's words of tiger and wolf, Gu Mo felt ashamed. "You weren't this big when you were a kid. I summoned 3 S-class occupations at the ceremony today." Hearing this, Xiao Luzhu was taken aback. He murmured in his mouth, You are the one who chooses the swordsman profession in the hot forum, is it you, Xiaoma? In an instant, she realized that what she said was wrong, and quickly changed her words. As expected of my brother, ambitious. I chose a career that no one else dared to choose. Seeing Xiao Liuzhu's guilty expression, Gu Mo was speechless for a while. Don't worry, Sister Lu Zhu, I won't choose the swordsman profession without certainty. Believe me. Ah, yes. Then you have to do your best, little Mo. Xiao Luzhu was perfunctory for a while, and then said sternly. It seems that I heard that all key high schools in Linhai will enter a zero-order secret realm. You must seize this opportunity. As far as I know, Linhai has not had an S-class career for 5 years. You will definitely get good grades this time, Xiaoma, in the college entrance examination. In order to reassure Xiao Luzhu, Gu Mo said slowly. I entered the secret realm with a classmate just now, and it has been promoted to level 10. After this secret realm, I'll be sure to enter the #1 university in the country. Grade 10. Even Xiao Luzhu was surprised. I am afraid that a zero-order secret realm can only gain so much experience at once if the score reaches the S level. Xiao Luzhu murmured. Looks like Xiao Mo has grown up. If that's the case, sit down and let's have dinner. Lin Hai Li's house. Above the main hall of the Li family. Chen Qingyue looked at the Li family at this moment and said coldly. Yuli Zihao of the Li family wanted to kill people and seize treasures in the secret realm, but I have already killed them. I won't hold your Li family accountable for this matter. If you let me know that the Li family is going to investigate this matter, then there is no need for the Li family to exist. Hearing this, the expressions of everyone in the Li family changed greatly. They originally thought that by accompanying Chen Qingyue into the dungeon, they could catch the Shanghai line. Unexpectedly, I lost my wife and lost my army. The head of the Li family was full of sadness and said incredulously, What? My son is dead. My son would never do such a thing. Chen Qingyue said lightly, You don't know what character of your son is? This matter is over. Your Li family still has a chance to survive in Linhai City. After speaking, Chen Qingyue left the Li family directly. When Chen Qingyue left, everyone in the Li family recovered. The son of the owner chose a hidden class A. The future is limitless. If it is allowed to grow up, the Li family will definitely be able to step further into the provincial capital. Check. This matter must be checked. Chen Qingyue's copy is a 3-person copy. There must be another person. The head of the Li family roared angrily. Time flies by. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. Gu Mo is already in the school playground now. A large screen is being projected on the playground, and a large number of lower grade students are sitting on the seats beside the playground. In the past 3 days, the 2 C-level swordsman skills sent from the city and the B-level floating / Gu Mo obtained in the last instance are also familiar. Floating / Class B after use, it can stay in the air for 5 seconds, and the power of skills in the air increases by 100%, consuming 100 mana. Windwalking / Class C increases own speed by 100%, moves quickly and strikes the enemy, consuming 100 points of spiritual power. Sword spell, Class C. After a short period of chanting, the power of your kendo is increased by 50%, which lasts for 10 seconds and consumes 200 points of spiritual power. The floating / from the previous boss is quite powerful, and it can also make people levitate for a short time. These latter 2 skills can only be said to be better than nothing, and may have miraculous effects in a specific period. As all the students of No. 3 middle school arrived at the playground, the principal was smiling beside a middle-aged man. Boom! The middle-aged man held a powerful equipment and waved his hand, and a shocking trend appeared on him. Then, a crack slowly appeared in front of him, emitting a light blue light. This is the space-time locator. This item can open up the secret realm that has been positioned for others to enter the burst-level strategy copy. This is an artifact that only aristocratic families or colleges have. Principal Bai Chen took the microphone and said, "This secret realm is the zero-order secret realm found by Shanghai University. We Linhai have the opportunity to enter the secret realm this time. I hope you can gain something. This secret realm can be entered by a team of 5 people, and all your actions will be projected on the live screen for all junior students to learn. I hope you will show the style of my third middle school. Everyone has only one chance to enter the secret realm. If you think you can't defeat the monsters in the secret realm, you can crush the teleportation charm and send it out of the secret realm." Teleporter. Hearing this, the students present were relieved. This secret realm can actually use the teleportation charm. Then the safety of yourself and others will be guaranteed. Afterwards, the teacher distributed wristbands and teleportation charms to each student. Wearing the wristbands in the secret realm can detect the pictures in the secret realm. And this bracer can also record the points you get for killing monsters. Gu Mo is also novel looking at the watch in his hand. At this time, a student in the rocket class entered the secret realm by himself, causing everyone to exclaim. To know that death in this secret realm is really death. And this secret realm is a 5-person secret realm. It's Zhang Tao from the rocket class. It seems that he is an A-level professional. And he is also the direct son of the Zhang family. He will definitely be able to clear this dungeon smoothly. Later, Jianxian also directly entered the secret realm alone. Isn't the goddess a B-level profession? How did she enter alone? Damn it, the goddess must not die. The other students formed teams one after another. After all, they couldn't bet on their own safety. A little carelessness in the secret realm will lead to the monster's way, and it may be killed by the monster before you can crush the teleportation talisman. With one more teammate, one more chance to survive. At this time, Gu Mo also slowly walked to the secret realm with the silver moon sword in his hand, and stepped directly into the secret realm. Seeing that Gu Mo also entered the secret realm alone, the fans of the lower grades exclaimed, "Hey, isn't that Senior Gu Mo? Does he want to enter alone? He looks so handsome with a sword." The boys on the side looked at them with disdain. What's the use of being handsome? Swordsman is such a rubbish profession. I think Gu Mo will come out when he goes in. The nymphos were immediately dissatisfied and said angrily, "Swordsman is an S-rank profession no matter how trash. In the early stage, you can beat others just by relying on attribute points." The boy was immediately speechless. There were even students in the rocket class who were very disdainful when they saw Gu Mo going alone. This Gu Mo is a grandstanding clown. When a single player enters the team dungeon, the difficulty of customs clearance is not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. This person actually wants to compete with Zhang Tao and Jianxian. It's just whimsical. The middle-aged man beside the principal also looked at Gu Mo curiously. Is this the guy who gave up the strong S-rank profession to choose swordsman in your school? Oh, what a pity. If he awakens a Confucian scholar or a Taoist priest, he can still enter those 2 holy places. It's a pity that the one who awakened was a swordsman profession without the slightest inheritance. The principal Bai Chen also looked at Gu Mo regretfully. If he wasn't so stubborn, I might have a peak human powerhouse in Linhai. At this time, a light blue interface popped up in front of Gu Mo. Tier 0 Occupational Dungeon, Goblin Forest. Grade, Black Iron. Number of people required, no more than 5 people can enter. Gu Mo just muttered silently. Enter. After a while, he came to a forest. Dungeon introduction. There are a group of evil goblins in the profound sky forest. They kill, burn, loot, and commit all kinds of evil. Please professionals to eliminate the harm for the people and kill all the goblins in the forest. Dungeon Mission 1. Kill all the goblins, 0/50, and get 1,000 experience points. Dungeon Task 2. Kill the red-clothed goblin, 0/5, in Jianxian Forest, and get 3,000 experience points. Dungeon Mission 3. Kill the Goblin Emperor in Jianxian Forest, 0/1, and get 5,000 experience points. You can get 5,000 experience points by killing the Goblin Emperor. It seems that this copy is indeed a relatively powerful copy of the Zeroth Order. This wave of dungeons has the opportunity to raise oneself to the First Order. Then Gu Mo threw an exploration technique directly at the goblin far away in front of him. Goblin. Template, normal. Level 0 and level 5. Skills, throwing, savage crash. Description, goblin at the bottom of the food chain, but having wisdom and frequent gatherings is a nightmare for zero-order professionals. A nightmare for a zero-level professional? There must be a lot of goblins around here, so we must fight quickly. The corners of Gumo's mouth twitched slightly. Just stomped on both feet and slashed towards the goblin at an extremely fast speed. Blue dragon in the sleeve. Before the green goblin could react, it was already dead. System tip, congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 ordinary goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x150 is obtained. And the experience value x50 is additionally obtained for single playing the team dungeon. Add up to a total of 200 experience points. There are a total of 50 goblins here, and just brushing these ordinary monsters can raise them to tier 1. Gu Mo made a plan to cut off the nearby trees with one sword to attract the goblins. At this time, on the playground projection, the picture at this time was projected on Gu Mo's body. The juniors in the lower grades were stunned when they saw Gu Mo's manipulation. This Gu Mo attribute value is so high. He actually killed a level 5 goblin in 1 second. And he thinks that he didn't kill the goblins fast enough to cause such a loud noise to gather monsters? This Gu Mo is too big. According to the dungeon quest, there are at least 49 ordinary goblins and 5 elite goblins. On the other hand, the girl on the side had peach blossom eyes, staring at Gu Mo's peerless face. Gu Mo is so handsome. The other 5 people don't dare to do this in a team. Gu Mo is so brave. Gu Mo is a fan of his life. This is too handsome. 1 sword and 1 monster. At this moment, the principal Bai Chen and the strong man beside him also looked at Gu Mo with a little interest. I didn't expect this little guy to be so crazy. I suddenly became interested in him. Bai Chen also smiled and said, Swordsman is also an S-rank professional, not to mention Gu Mo is now a 10th level. Grade 10. It seems that this Gu Mo also has some adventures. At this moment, Gu Mo was already surrounded by green goblins because of the loud noise caused by cutting off trees. There were even 2 or 3 red-clad goblins mixed in. Red Goblin. Template, Elite. Level 0 and level 10. Skills, Throwing, Savage Charge, Healing, Sacrifice. Description, a goblin who has learned spells and can give ordinary goblins a certain attribute increase. With it leading ordinary goblins, zero-order professionals run fast. There are actually 2 techniques. It seems that this sacrifice must be able to increase the attributes of goblins in groups. I saw these 3 red-clothed goblins beating the gongs and drums in their hands, and a faint red light appeared directly on the body of ordinary goblins. Gu Mo didn't hesitate to kill the 3 red-clothed goblins. If you don't kill these 3 goblins, other ordinary goblins will be troublesome. Zhang. 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 Gu Mo is like a god of killing. All the goblins that appear in front of him are directly beheaded by one after another of blue dragons. A swipe of cyan blood splattered out of the goblin's body. But the other 2 red-clothed goblins directly used the healing technique to directly lift the blood of these goblins up. As Gu Mo slaughtered all the way, these goblins showed a trace of fear. This is absolutely killing God. And this scene is also projected on the playground screen. The audience in the playground immediately boiled when they saw this scene. This is too fierce. This is a complete murder of one person. It can only be described as invincible. The others are still teaming up to kite ordinary goblins, but Gu Mo actually rushed into the goblin pile by himself. And the class teachers on the playground podium were also extremely shocked. Old Chen, are your students so wild? If you rush into the goblin pile alone, if you are hit by a goblin attack, it will be difficult to use the teleportation charm. The head teacher of the rocket class also shook his head when he saw this scene, and said disdainfully, "Courageous and reckless. Calm has powerful attributes but doesn't know how to use it. Such a reckless rush into so many goblins." Jianxian, the head teacher of the third class, was suddenly unhappy when he heard these yin and yang strange words. But because the head teacher of the rocket class was an old teacher, he suppressed the anger in his heart. "Then don't let Teacher Li worry about it. I have confidence in my own students." Jianxian nervously looked at Gu Mo's figure in the projection. "Tread the wind. Sword curse." At this moment, Gu Mo murmured an obscure incantation. Instantly Gu Mo's speed is doubled. I saw Gu Mo kill the red-clothed goblin who was looking at the gongs and drums like a ghost with one sword and one sword. The red-clothed goblin saw Gu Mo killing him so fast, and immediately picked up the gongs and drums to hit Gu Mo. Zhang! 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 A blue sword light flashed. The red-clothed goblin fell to the ground with the sound of the sword cry. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing the 10th level elite red goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x 500 is obtained. An elite monster has 600 experience points. As the red-clothed goblin staring at the gongs and drums fell to the ground, the red light on ordinary goblins disappeared. The others in Sanzhong were directly shocked. A sword directly killed an elite level 10th level small boss. Are the others and Gu Mo a copy? Why is it so hard for the 5 of them to fight several level 5 mobs? And Gu Mo kills small monsters and kills elite monsters. There is no difference, it is a sword second. Seeing this scene, a smile appeared on Jianxian's face. Especially seeing the blushing old face of Mr. Li, the head teacher of the rocket class, Jianxian felt even more happy in his heart. The rocket's head teacher gritted his teeth, unwilling to admit that he underestimated Gu Mo, and still said, "It's normal for an S-class profession to kill an elite monster. Swordsmen are known for their attacks." However, he killed the elite monsters who buffed other goblins, and there were 2 other elite monsters and dozens of other ordinary goblins. He is afraid that his life is in danger. I estimate that his spiritual power has been used up. If he doesn't use the teleportation symbol, he will probably die in this copy. Hearing the old man's words, Jianxian couldn't help but feel nervous. Is Gu Mo really exhausted? Gu Mo's footsteps did not mean to stop at all, and he directly killed the nearest goblin beside him. 1 sword and 1 monster. All the goblins who are in front of Gu Mo are directly killed. One after another green blood spreads throughout the dungeon. The system's killing ringtones madly entered Gu Mo's mind. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 ordinary goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x 150 is obtained. And the experience value x 50 is additionally obtained for single playing the team dungeon. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 ordinary goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x 150 is obtained. And the experience value x 50 is additionally obtained for single playing the team dungeon. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 ordinary goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x 150 is obtained. And the experience value x 50 is additionally obtained for single playing the team dungeon. In just 50 seconds, Gu Mo directly killed all the goblins around him. Not one left. The audience in the playground saw Gu Mo killing 50 ordinary goblins and 3 elite goblins in a pure abusive manner, and they all opened their mouths. F***K. This Gu Mo is too fierce. Actually killed 50 goblins with 1 sword and 1 sword. It's so terrifying. Is this Gu Mo really awakened 3 days ago? Why does it feel like chopping vegetables? At this moment, the head teacher of the rocket class blushed when he saw this scene. Jianxian was instantly excited. Your own students are so fierce. Even if he entered this dungeon as a first-order professional, he would not be able to achieve such an effect. Okay. The action is neat and tidy. I wonder if Teacher Lee thinks my students are still brave. Rocket Class Teacher Lee snorted coldly and said, even if he is powerful in the early stage, he is at most a cannon fodder if he can't reach Tier 3. This remark made Jianxian, who was complacent, stunned for a moment. Did Gu Mo really reach the third order? According to legend, it is quite difficult for a swordsman to transfer to the third rank, and countless kendo talents are trapped in the second rank. Principal Bai Chen couldn't help clapping his hands when he saw this scene. This Gu Mo's combat literacy is extremely talented. The middle-aged man beside Bai Chen also lit up. It's definitely a good seedling to be able to do this just after changing careers. Unfortunately, I chose the swordsman profession. Otherwise, just based on his performance today, teachers from the top 10 universities in the country will come to recruit him into the school. Bai Chen also sighed in his heart. Why did you just choose the swordsman profession? Choosing the other two S-class occupations to enter the top 10 colleges is a sure thing. After Gu Mo killed these goblins, a series of bells rang. Congratulations to the professional for completing the dungeon mission 1, killing all ordinary level goblins. The current progress is 50-50 and gaining 1,000 experience points. Because the professional Gu Mo's contribution to killing ordinary level goblins is 100%, he will gain an additional 1,000 experience points. Get 2,000 experience points again. In addition to the 50 goblins killed and 3 elite red-clothed goblins, this wave directly contributed 13,800 experience points to Gu Mo. This is enough to make Gu Mo directly promoted to the first order. Gu Mo just muttered silently. Upgrade. A golden light shines all over Gu Mo's body. System tip. Congratulations to the host for successfully upgrading to the first rank and obtaining the system reward skill upgrade card X1, the B rank passive skill, the will to kill. Congratulations to the professional who has been promoted to the first rank and obtained the first rank swordsman A rank skill step forward and obtained X50 attribute points. Skill upgrade card. Quality, purple. Effect, it can improve the skills below a level by 1 level. Skill up cards. You can directly upgrade your skills by 1 level. A B-level passive skill plus an A-level skill. This time, the upgrade to the first rank will directly make a profit. Death to kill, B-level passive skill. A swordsman must have the determination to kill with 1 hit, increase the critical strike rate by 20%, and the lower the status, the greater the critical strike chance, up to 50%. Killing an enemy will increase your spiritual power by 10 points. Passive magic. It can directly increase the crit chance by up to 50%. The crit damage in this world can be twice as much as normal damage. Moreover, the attribute of crit probability is extremely rare. Generally only weapons have this characteristic, and the bonus is generally a few percent. This passive can increase your crit chance by 20% at least. Killing the enemy can also increase 10 points of spiritual power. This is simply a god-level skill for brushing mobs. Then Gu Mo moved his gaze to another skill. Step forward / level A. The swordsman should keep moving forward, quickly dashing forward to the enemy and delivering a fatal blow. The damage is increased by 100% and 100 points of spiritual power are consumed. If used again within 5 seconds, the damage will be increased by 50%. The consumption increases by 100%. Gu Mo couldn't help but stay for a while when he saw this skill. Why is this skill so similar to the hero's skill in a game I played in my previous life? Just be happy. This is a higher limit compared to the skill of the happy man. This is also a magic trick. As long as you have enough spiritual power, the power of this skill will increase linearly. If you use it again within 5 seconds, you can increase the damage by 50%. If you use it 4 or 5 times, you don't know how high the damage is. It can directly increase the power by 3 or 4 times. Then Gu Mo thought about it and used this skill upgrade card on the Heart of Nirvana. The Qing Long in the sleeve is enough for him at this stage. As a passive skill, Killing Heart has a blessing effect on all of your skills. System prompt: congratulations to the host for successfully raising the mortal heart to a level. Death to kill, A-level passive skill. A swordsman must have the determination to kill with one hit. Increase the critical strike rate by 30%, and the lower the status, the greater the critical strike chance, up to 60%. Killing an enemy will increase your spiritual power by 50 points. Critical strike chance increased by 10% again. Killing the enemy directly restores 50 points of spiritual power. Powerful. Open the character panel. Character, Gu Mo. Level, first level, 5300/20,000. Occupation, swordsman, S rank. Talent, Jianxian, A rank. Strength, 112 plus 10. Strength can affect the damage a professional does to others. Physique, 61. Physical fitness affects a professional's stamina and ability to resist beatings. Speed, 63 plus 10. Speed can affect the running speed of the professional or the speed when using weapons. Mental power, 42. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual power, 1900/1900. Ordinary class transfer person's spiritual power is about 100 points. Assignable attribute points, 50 points, 10 points of free attribute points for each level of S level 0. Skills, probe, E-level, thrust, E-level, slash, E-level, unthinkable sword, A-level, killing heart, A-level, step forward, A-level, floating slash, grade B, slash in the wind, grade C, sword spell, grade C, blue dragon in the sleeve, grade C. Equipment, dark moon sword, silver rank, dark moon shoes, silver rank. The first order spiritual power value can be increased by 500 points directly. Then Gu Mo directly added the free attribute points according to the way of adding 20 strength, 10 speed, 10 constitution, and 10 mental strength. Gu Mo went straight to the depths of the forest. At this moment, some students have used the teleportation charm to walk out of the copy one after another. One after another bloodstains spread all over the body of these students. Only at this time did the students in the lower grades understand how difficult this copy was. The 5-person team entered and escaped in a hurry, all scarred. F***K, is this copy really so difficult? How do you feel that Gu Mo is driving the easy difficulty, and these people are driving the regional difficulty? Wouldn't those monsters be more powerful if they entered the dungeon alone? There are even a few students in the rocket class. The head teacher of the rockets class watched his student come out injured, his face turned black. Don't come out early, don't come out late, but come out when this Gu Mo kills such a goblin. The third class head teacher Jianxian was also very happy when he saw the arrogant teacher Li's face darkened. Mr. Li, why don't you go and see your students? These students are the top students of my third middle school. Jianxian's yin and yang strange words directly made the face of Mr. Li, the head teacher of the rocket class, even darker. The 2 strongest in our class are still in the dungeon. An A-level occupation and an A-level hidden occupation will surely pass this dungeon with ease. At this time, the students who were teleported from the secret realm listened to the surrounding schoolmates exclaiming the name of Gu Mo and couldn't help looking at the projection curiously. I saw that Gu Mo in the projection was covered with green blood. But not a single goblin appeared. They couldn't help but wonder. Why is this copy of Gu Mo different from ours? Not a single goblin. At this time, the sharp-eyed student murmured in disbelief. Look at the green blood in the scene around him. Does it look like goblin blood? Hiss. An idea that seemed to them terrifying was born. Could it be that Gu Mo has already killed ordinary goblins? The students of the rocket class who were mocking Gu Mo before entering the secret realm just now shouted. Impossible. Kill 1 or 2. I also believe that when you kill the 10th goblin, the mechanism will be triggered and an elite level red goblin will appear. Yes, absolutely impossible. The red-clothed goblins have a group gain. We were overwhelmed by the red-clothed goblins. How could Gumo, the jumping clown, kill so many goblins in such a short period of time? Hearing this, the students of Class 3 became unhappy. It's okay for the classmates in my class to mock each other. This is already the output of the students from the outside class, and immediately said angrily, "Hey, some people can't beat the red-clothed goblins by themselves, so they can't think of others. Is this the genius of the rocket class? That's right, Gumo is an S-rank class no matter what. Is it unreasonable to kill all the goblins? Some people are sour with their own dishes." Just when they were arguing, Gumo had come to the deepest part of the forest. I saw a village like a primitive tribe appeared in front of Gumo. And in the center of the village was sitting a green ugly creature wearing a crown. Next to it, there are 3 goblins standing guards in red with gongs and drums. When the picture appeared here, everyone else was stunned. Did Gumo really kill 50 goblins? The eyes of the third class showed joy, looking at the unbelievable rocket class students, and directly mocked. Ouch, if Gumo hadn't killed 50 goblins, can Gumo see the boss of this dungeon? Some people are frogs in the well. There is no comparison with Gumo. The students in the rocket class were suddenly unhappy. Didn't you see that Zhang Tao, the pride of our rocket class, hasn't come out yet? He must have hit the dungeon boss too. That's right, Zhang Tao is the direct son of the Zhang family. 1 or 2 names in this copy will definitely be created among Zhang Tao and Chen Qingyue. At this time, a picture of Zhang Tao appeared on the playground projection. Zhang Tao of the rocket class was still killing ordinary goblins with extreme difficulty. I saw a red-clothed goblin appear, and the sound of gongs and drums made the goblin go mad. Dozens of goblins rushed directly to Zhang Tao. Boom! Zhang Tao, who is known as the first genius of the 3 middle schools, was forced to use the teleportation charm to leave the dungeon under the powerful offensive. Seeing this scene, everyone realized the horror of this red-clothed goblin gain. The first Tianjiao of the 3rd middle school can't resist the offensive of these crazy goblins. Terrible! The audience off the field exclaimed. Gumo Cao B. Gumo is the first arrogant in the 3rd middle school. This is nothing more than Zhang Tao. Killing monsters has to look at me, Gumo. Seeing that Zhang Tao was also repelled by the red-clothed goblin, the students of the rocket class suddenly felt shameless. The students in Class 3 were overjoyed and directly increased their mockery. This is the first Tianjiao of the 3rd middle school? Tianjiao who can't even see the boss face is really interesting. Our team was also repelled by this red-clothed goblin, so we are also equal to the top 3? Listening to these people arguing next to him, Zhang Tao immediately shook his head and said, "This red-clothed goblin is so powerful, it's not something we can deal with right now. I guess all the students of number 3 middle school have no chance to kill that red-clothed goblin." Hearing this, the 3rd class students became even more excited. You'll know when you look at the screen what a real genius is. Some people taunted others when they changed jobs, but I didn't expect that they couldn't even touch other people's toes. Zhang Tao stared at the projection with wide eyes in disbelief. In this scene, why did Gumo kill so many goblins in a short period of time? Does he have any way to prevent the red-clothed goblins from giving ordinary goblins the madness buff? Even an S-rank professional can't kill so many goblins in such a short period of time. He didn't believe that someone could kill the red-clothed goblins in front of dozens of goblins under the madness boost. The clown is me? At this moment, Gumo directly threw an exploration technique at the goblin sitting on the throne. Goblin Emperor. Template, BOSS. Level, first level. Skills, Berserk, Bloody Battle, Sorcerer Ritual, Summoning, Fireball. Description: the powerful Goblin King has powerful spells, which can not only summon goblins, but also increase the attributes of goblins collectively. Tier 0 professionals will die when they encounter it. First Order Goblin. I didn't expect that this Tier 0 dungeon could actually have Tier 1 goblins. And this goblin's skills are so powerful. The people present were all surprised when they saw this scene. First Order Goblin. There is actually a First Order boss in the Zero Order dungeon. I'm afraid Gu-Mo will be planted this time. This copy is used to level up for us. It's clearly looking for abuse. Principal Bai Chen looked at the surprised audience and said with a smile, "The attributes of this Goblin Emperor are relatively strong in Tier 1. I wonder if Gu-Mo can surprise us." The man beside Bai Chen also shook his head and said, "It's very uncertain. This boss can consume Gu-Mo to death simply by summoning. And there are 2 red-clothed goblins next to it to give it a madness boost. If you bring a foot-returning potion, there may be some hope." At this time, the screen turned. Chen Qingyue also killed 50 goblins and 3 red-clothed goblins by relying on Dark Moon Mage's Dark Knight stealth technique. The students in the rocket class were also very excited when they saw this scene. How can someone from his rocket class let someone from the top class compete? As expected of my goddess. Relying on the mage profession, these goblins were killed. Awesome. The mage is already fragile, but he can kill such a powerful goblin so easily. The head teacher of rocket originally watched Chen Qingyue also kill these goblins, and he was very happy. Just when he was about to show off, Chen Qingyue directly crushed the teleportation talisman in her hand. Chen Qingyue sent the copy directly. A mouthful of old blood almost spewed out of the rocket class teacher's mouth. Doesn't this mean that Gu-Mo in these 3 classes is already the first place in the 3 middle schools? Chen Qingyue looked at the puzzled eyes of her classmates next to her and couldn't help but explain. The following bosses are considered powerful bosses in Tier 1. Unless they are a few A-level professionals who cooperate with each other tacitly, they will definitely not be able to pass the level. It seems that one person has cleared the customs. I remember only the first person in the freshman year of Shanghai University. Hiss. Hearing Chen Qingyue's words, the people around couldn't help but take a deep breath. The first person in the freshman year of Shanghai University. Shanghai University is one of the top 10 universities in the country. In the past 2 years, it even has the strength to win the first university. As a Shanghai person, Shanghai University is like thunder in front of them. To be the first person in that grade, the occupation must also be S rank. Talent must also be at the top level in the country. I didn't expect the boss of this dungeon to be so difficult. At this moment, Zhang Tao, the first day arrogant of the top 3 middle schools, also echoed. Qingyue is right. If Gu-Mo was wiser, he should just give up. The only one who is strong in Shanghai University has cleared this dungeon alone. Chen Qingyue's eyes lit up when she heard Gu-Mo's name. If it's Gu-Mo, it's really possible to complete a single brush. Recalling Gu-Mo's shocking sword in the transfer copy, ripples appeared in Chen Qingyue's beautiful eyes. When Zhang Tao heard Chen Qingyue's firm support for Gu-Mo, he couldn't help but feel extremely angry. In the eyes of number 3 middle school students, he and Chen Qingyue are a match made in heaven. Hearing that the woman I liked supports that Gu-Mo so much, I couldn't help but said angrily. If Gu-Mo was so strong, he would have been recruited directly by Shanghai University. How can I participate in the city competition here? I think this Gu-Mo is just for grandstanding. There are already people who are dissatisfied with Zhang Tao in the 3rd middle school, and suddenly Yin and Yang said. The first Tinjiao before the 3rd middle school can't even beat the red-clothed goblins, so stop calling. The first arrogance of the shit, the prototype is directly manifested in actual combat. Zhang Tao can't even comment on 10% of Gu-Mo's strength. When Zhang Tao heard these words, his resentment towards Gu-Mo deepened. In the Goblin Forest. The Goblin Emperor also discovered the existence of Gu-Mo at this moment. Immediately, he smiled strangely. Jia, no one has come to me for a long time. Stupid job changer, use your death to honor my dead sons today. Little ones, come on. Before he finished speaking, he saw the Goblin Emperor sitting on the throne waving his scepter. Huge magic power gathers around it. 20 goblins suddenly appeared, blocking Gumo's progress. Is this the summoning spell? To actually summon 20 heads at a time? At this time, the two red-clothed goblins beside it were also beating gongs and drums, and red lights appeared on the bodies of these ordinary goblins. And it's not over yet. The spell-casting spell from the Goblin Emperor's mouth still hasn't stopped. In an instant, 20 goblins appeared again. A few seconds later, the Goblin Emperor directly summoned a total of 100 ordinary goblins. Afterwards, the Goblin Emperor cast a rage technique. 100 goblins rose again, all staring at Gumo with red eyes. Be careful in everything. This is one of Gumo's principles. He didn't want to capsize in the gutter. A direct exploration technique was thrown on the goblin summoned by the Goblin Emperor. The same as 5. It's no different from the previous goblins. I don't know if I can gain experience by killing these goblins. If you can also gain experience by killing these goblins, then you can completely use this as a treasure for experience. Everyone was shocked when they saw the operation of the Goblin Emperor. Outrageous. This Goblin Emperor summoned 100 goblins directly. How do you play this? It's just double the difficulty. And these goblins also have the madness buffs of the Goblin Emperor and the Red Goblin. Is this really a zero-order copy? Zhang Tao couldn't stop sneering when he saw this scene. 100 maddened goblins, I see how you killed this time. A commoner must not have much money to buy the elixir back. I hope these goblins will kill Gumo directly. Chen Qingyue was also very surprised to see this scene. According to the guide I watched before, didn't this Goblin Emperor usually only summon 40 goblins? How could 100 goblins be summoned? Worry appeared in her eyes. The man beside Principal Bai Chen was also slightly surprised. This Goblin Emperor actually summoned 100 goblins. It seems that Gumo can't create miracles. Bai Chen also sighed in his heart. I am also worried about Gumo. After all, this is my own student. He didn't want Gumo to fall into this dungeon. Is this Goblin Emperor mutated? He actually summoned so many goblins. I hope Gumo can see the situation clearly and don't try to be brave. I saw Gumo raised his hand with a sword. Blue dragon in the sleeve. A blue light appeared. A goblin was directly cut into 2 pieces. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 5 ordinary goblin. The killing contribution is 100% and the experience value x150 is obtained. And the experience value x50 is additionally obtained for single playing the team dungeon. Gumo's eyes lit up when he heard the system prompt bell. It really works. And now that he has been upgraded to Tier 1, the blue dragon in his sleeve can directly solve the goblin under the madness buff. Moreover, he also has the passive effect of the will to kill. Using the blue dragon in the sleeve to kill the goblins will not consume spiritual power at all. Suddenly Gumo looked at the group of goblins in front of him frantically. It's all baby. In Gumo's eyes, these goblins are all mobile experience points. Zhang. 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 Gumo stepped on both feet and rushed directly into the goblin pile. These goblins are attacking Gumo with hammers. But Gumo is like a ghost, and no attack hits Gumo. One after another cyan light shines in the copy. Gumo at this moment is like killing a god. Wherever Gumo has passed, no living thing has survived. In an instant, there were only pools of green blood and wailing in the goblin forest. It's like hell. 100 goblins have already been wiped out. A full 20,000 experience points have been obtained. The 3 middle school students were stunned when they saw this scene. F***K, is this still human? Killing goblins is like cutting vegetables. Is the swordsman so powerful? You call the swordsman the most rubbish profession? Love, Gumo is so handsome, he killed 100 goblins with 1 sword and 1 person. Have you noticed, Gumo didn't get a drop of blood on his body? Elegant. It's so elegant. Before that shit, Zhang Tao still claimed to be the #1 arrogant in the 3rd middle school. Gu Mo is the boss. Zhang Tao's face became even more gloomy when he heard these words. Why didn't I persist in the attack of those goblins? Maybe I could kill those goblins too. These compliments should be yours. Damn, blame that Gu Mo. Let yourself now become the laughingstock of #3 middle school. Principal Bai Chen was also very excited when he saw Gu Mo kill 100 goblins almost instantly with one sword, and stood up abruptly from the chair. Okay. As expected of a student from my 3rd middle school. 100 monsters are solved like this. It seems that the first place in the city's competition is our #3 middle school. After beheading these, Gu Mo lightly wiped the silver moon sword in his hand and looked at the Goblin Emperor above provocatively. I don't know if this Goblin Emperor can still summon goblins. If you do another wave, you can get another 20,000 experience points. There is absolutely no place to brush experience faster than here. The Goblin Emperor, as the king of this forest, how could he be so angry? Immediately stood up from its throne, and spells followed. 100 goblins appeared again. Sure enough. The students of #3 middle school looked at Gu Mo's provocative eyes and said incredulously, F***K, Gu Mo is provoking the Goblin Emperor. This Goblin Emperor is completely rude. Big Gu Mo is a skill he uses every time he kills monsters, right? This Goblin Emperor just wants to kill Big Gu Mo. Is there a possibility that Gu Mo is leveling monsters? It's so terrifying. How dare you level up monsters in such a dangerous dungeon? The middle-aged man beside the principal saw this scene and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. Interesting. This boy's fighting talent ranks in the top 3 among the people I have met. I didn't expect that he wanted to use this method to level up monsters. Even the freshmen in our school wouldn't dare to do this. It's really interesting. I'm afraid his mana will be exhausted after these 100 monsters. Principal Bai Chen was also surprised when he heard what the man beside him said. Casting a teleportation charm also requires a certain amount of spiritual power. If Gu Mo is really addicted to killing goblin, then there is no spiritual power and only waiting to die. The headmaster's heart was already hanging in his throat. Originally, Gu Mo chose the swordsman profession and was under a lot of pressure from above. If Gu Mo disappeared directly, it is estimated that his position could not be preserved. Gu Mo looked at the goblin in front of him, the corners of his mouth slightly raised. Well done. Gu Mo let out a low voice and directly raised his sword to kill the group of goblins again. Zhang! 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 A blue light flickered on the projection screen, and only the screams of the goblins could be heard. When the blue light disappeared, all 100 goblins were killed again. Ding 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 system chimes echoed in Gu Mo's mind. And Gu Mo's experience points are also rising. Get 20,000 experience points again. And Gu Mo pointed his middle finger at the Goblin Emperor again. The audience has become numb to see this scene. This is an azure field for others and an amusement park for Gu Mo boss. F***K, these monsters will definitely get experience points. Otherwise, why does Gu Mo keep brushing these monsters? This copy has directly become Gu Mo's private training ground? Is this the boss? Just use such a dangerous copy to level up. The teacher at Shanghai University next to Principal Bai Chen is also a little incredible at the moment. According to common sense, Gu Mo's spiritual power has long been exhausted. Why can he still use so many skills? Even if his skill consumption is very low, so many skills are probably equivalent to the spiritual power of a second-order professional. Principal Bai Chen's face now showed a touch of joy. Gu Mo, this kid really has you. Now in the city's big competition, #3 middle school is definitely going to take the first place. According to his current strength, as long as he conquers this dungeon, I am afraid he is expected to hit the provincial champion of the college entrance examination. Roar! The Goblin Emperor was furious when he saw Gu Mo's raised middle finger. Stupid human, I see how much spiritual power you have. I want you to live but not die. Another 100 ordinary goblins appeared in front of Gu Mo. Without hesitation, Gu Mo slashed the goblins again like cutting vegetables. Get 20,000 experience points again. Gu Mo murmured in the direction of the Goblin Emperor. Want to kill me? That's not enough. The third middle school students outside the copy are already numb at the moment. Gu Mo is smashing the boss's wool fiercely. Some people have even begun to pity the Goblin Emperor. It can only be regarded as unlucky for it to meet such a ruthless person as Gu Mo. The Goblin Emperor directly summoned the fourth wave of the Goblin Legion. Unsurprisingly, Gu Mo once again easily killed all these goblins. This time, before Gu Mo taunted, the Goblin Emperor directly summoned the fifth wave of the Goblin Legion. The Goblin Emperor at this moment is already a qualified summoning tool. Gu Mo watched this scene and nodded with satisfaction. This kid is on the way. When you want to kill it with a sword. That way it won't be so painful. Gu Mo silently praised himself in his heart. You are so kind. Anger and grievances appeared on the Goblin Emperor's face. As a dungeon boss for so long, I have never been so angry. Seeing the Goblin Emperor, the students of number 3 middle school were about to fall into tears, and they couldn't help but say, Gu Mo is really a ruthless man. He directly broke the defense of the boss. The expression on this Goblin Emperor's face is as uncomfortable as eating sure. Is this the powerhouse? Directly beat the crying dungeon boss? As they speak, one after another sword sounds came out in the copy. Chong! 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 100 goblins fell down. Ding! Congratulations to the professional who killed 1,000 goblins in the Goblin Forest and obtained the temporary title Goblin Slayer. Kill 1,000 goblins and hidden quests. I was also triggered by my own coincidence. Your luck is really good too. Gu Mo directly looked at the title reward. Goblin Slayer, wearing this title will add 10 points to all attributes, and when you kill a goblin, there is a chance that the reward will increase by 1 rank. All attributes plus 10 points. That's not bad either. And the latter burst reward has a chance to increase 1 rank, which is exactly what he needs. I don't know what good things can come out of killing this Goblin Emperor. And the Goblin Emperor seems to have been unable to bear it. All the 100 goblins summoned this time appeared around it. I saw it chanting a spell, and these goblins turned into a pool of blood and poured into its body. Its momentum is rising steadily. Human, I want you to see the true power. I saw a huge fireball condensed on its scepter. The scorching high temperature directly evaporates the air. Boom! The huge fireball went straight towards Gu Mo. The sound of breaking the sky resounded throughout the copy. P.S. Thank you for the flower evaluation tickets sent by everyone. Thank you for the 3 monthly tickets sent by Maple Leaf, and the code words are already being updated. Feel the strong fire element of the fireball. Gu Mo snorted directly. Tread the wind. Gu Mo's speed is directly doubled. The figure is like a ghost, and it flashes directly into the distance. Boom! Suddenly dust splashed. All nearby trees were dissolved by the high temperature emitted by this fireball. When the smoke dissipated, a 100-meter pit appeared in everyone's sight. The audience outside saw that the boss finally started to attack and suddenly came to the spirit. This boss finally shot. This boss has absorbed the blood of 100 goblins, and I'm afraid it's almost the peak of the First Order. This fireball technique is really terrifying. Just smashed the 100-meter hole and came out? Is this really a First Order boss? Gu Mo is afraid that he won't be able to win. Jianxian was also surprised when she saw this fireball technique. Why can this boss devour ordinary goblins? It seems that Gu Mo triggered the hidden mechanism. A look of confusion flashed in the eyes of the students next to him. The hidden mechanism is that after the hidden mission is triggered, the boss mutates. In this case, the strength of the boss will be doubled at least. And as long as you clear the level after triggering the hidden mechanism, you will definitely get powerful equipment. Hiss. It seems that Gu-Mo really annoyed the boss. Looks like Gu-Mo can't kill this boss anymore. Forget the first order strength of this boss, and now the strength is doubled. The teacher of Shanghai University saw the Goblin Emperor's momentum rising and sighed in his mouth. This Goblin Emperor's strength has reached the first order peak, and it seems that Gu-Mo has no chance. I hope he will quickly crush the teleportation talisman. Don't give it away in vain. Gu-Mo didn't have the slightest panic on his face at the moment. Still walking towards this boss like a leisurely stroll. Since the goblins are no longer summoned, your mission is complete. Go on your way in peace. I saw Gu-Mo standing in front of him with swords in both hands, murmuring an obscure incantation. Sword curse. Unexpected sword. Zhang. Dazzling white light shines in the copy. The entire projection is now illuminated by white light. Can't see the picture at all. A sword intent with bursts of coldness appeared on the silver moon sword. I saw Gu-Mo wave his hands lightly. A terrifying sword light slashed out. Everything that went by was turned into rubbish. Draw a trail of afterimages in the air. The Goblin Emperor looked at the sword light in horror, but the sword intent around it made it unable to lift its feet at all. Minus 19,000 white words appear on its head. Instant kill. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing the 19th level Goblin Emperor, Pseudo. The killing contribution is 100%, and the experience value is x 10,000, and the experience value x 5,000 is additionally obtained for single-playing the team dungeon. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing the 10th level Elite Red Goblin. The killing contribution is 100%, and the experience value x 500 is obtained. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing the 10th level Elite Red Goblin. The killing contribution is 100%, and the experience value x 500 is obtained. It's finally over. It's a pity that this Goblin Emperor is useless. He only summoned 5 waves of goblins. Otherwise, I have the confidence to rise to the 2nd level in this dungeon. The system ringtone madly entered Gu-Mo's mind. Congratulations to the professional for completing the dungeon task 2, killing the red-clothed goblin, 5/5, in Jianxian Forest, and gaining 3,000 experience points. Because the professional Gu-Mo's contribution to killing the red goblin is 100%, he will gain an additional 3,000 experience points. Congratulations to the professional for completing the dungeon task 3, killing the Goblin Emperor in Jianxian Forest, 1/1, and gaining 5,000 experience points. Because the professional Gu-Mo's contribution to killing the Goblin Emperor is 100%, he will gain an additional 5,000 experience points. Boss level Goblin Emperor drop rewards: silver level equipment Goblin Mask, silver level equipment Goblin Scepter, silver level equipment Goblin New Clothes. Ding! Trigger the effect of the Goblin Slayer title, and the Goblin Mask is upgraded to the gold level. Passive triggered successfully. Directly upgrade the light Goblin Mask to the gold level. I saw that the place where the Goblin Emperor just now suddenly shone with golden light. Gu-Mo was overjoyed, a piece of gold-level equipment. There may not be one in the entire Linhai city. Quickly put this equipment directly into the inventory. He hasn't forgotten that he is now being broadcast live. Fortunately, the golden light just appeared only for a moment. I'm sure no one will notice it. Congratulations to the professional who cleared the level 0 team dungeon Goblin Forest, obtained an S-rank score, Gu-Mo's damage accounted for 100%, and an additional free attribute point x10. Get 10 attribute points again. Mosquitoes are meat no matter how small. At this moment, the students outside were staring at the projection screen with blinded faces. The sword light just now turned the entire projection into white, and the students outside had no idea what was going on inside. As soon as the screen is displayed, Gu-Mo is already picking up equipment. This white light only lasts 2 or 3 seconds. In such a short period of time, you directly gave such an awesome boss a second? Is this really the boss who released the fireball technique just now? Broken at the touch. Can anyone tell me what just happened? Why did the boss just disappear? F***K, Gu Mo killed this monster in 2 or 3 seconds. Look at the equipment on the ground. 2 pieces of silver-level equipment. The equipment that exploded after the Black Iron Dungeon triggered the hidden mechanism was so luxurious. I'm sour. When Jianxian saw the scene of Gu Mo killing the boss, the corners of her mouth were slightly raised. Sure enough, Gu Mo's strength is still so strong. Zhang Tao opened his eyes wide and stared at the projection screen incredulously. Impossible. How could this man be so powerful? Even the swordsman's strongest move can't kill the first-order boss in one move. This is still a strengthened first-order boss. The teacher at Shanghai University was also stunned for a moment. It seems that Gu Mo also has a secret. It's absolutely impossible to kill a Tier 1 boss with a single sword. I'm looking forward to his performance more and more. He is also qualified to compete for the title of champion of Shanghai Province. Principal Bai Chen finally let go of his dangling heart and said with a smile on his face, "Ha ha ha, it's normal for young people to have some secrets. This dungeon Gu Mo made a lot of money. He will definitely be able to enter the top universities in the college entrance examination." Gu Mo looked at the wrist he was wearing at the moment. A normal goblin 100 points, a red goblin 1000 points, a goblin emperor 1W points. It shows 70,000 points on it. The city is more stable than the first. Even if someone can swipe the dungeon alone, it is impossible to get so many points for themselves. After all, he killed the 500 goblins summoned by the Goblin Emperor. Then Gu Mo moved his gaze to the inventory. Goblin Mask. Quality, Gold level. All attributes plus 50 points. Presence reduced by 50%. Effect, the powerful equipment that exists in the treasure house of the Goblin King. Wearing it can hide your figure and breath. People with lower mental power cannot find your existence. It is necessary equipment for killing people. Effect, this equipment has existed in the profound sky forest for hundreds of years. It has absorbed the forest atmosphere, and all attributes in the forest are plus 50 points. What the hell? This equipment is too powerful. Add 50 points to all attributes, and add 50 points to the forest. It is equivalent to directly providing yourself with 400 attribute points. Terrible. Moreover, there is also a hidden effect, and even those whose mental power is lower than their own will not be able to discover their existence. Absolute artifact. After Gu Mo calmed down, he looked at the other 2 pieces of equipment on the ground. Goblin Scepter. Quality, Silver grade. Mental strength plus 10 points. Casting speed plus 50%. Effect, the scepter used by the Goblin Emperor increases the power of spells by 20%. This piece of equipment can only be said to be better than nothing, and it can only be sold to a mage. The 2 characteristics of spellcasting speed and spellcasting power improvement are not bad. New Goblin Clothes. Quality, Silver grade. Physical plus 10 points. Reduce damage received by 10%. Effect, the new clothes prepared for the Goblin Emperor can reduce their damage by 50% for 1 second. Damage reduction. The 50% damage reduction plus the original 10% damage reduction can directly reduce the damage you receive by 60%. This may save your life at a critical moment. This gear must be worn on the body. Then Gu Mo turned his attention to the character panel. The experience value has reached a terrifying 137,500 points. This dungeon alone can make you go up a few levels. Sure enough, the copy is the fastest place to improve strength. Gu Mo directly uses the experience points to level up. A golden light flashed around Gu Mo. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to the first and second order. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to the first and third levels. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to the 1st and 4th level. Hundreds of thousands of experience to upgrade to 3 levels. Sure enough, experience is not enough. After upgrading to 3 levels, he got 150 attribute points plus the 10 attribute points he just got. Gu Mo directly allocated 40 points for each attribute. Open the character panel. Character, Gu Mo. Level 1 and level 4, 47500/50,000. Occupation, swordsman, S rank. Talent, Jianxian, A rank. Strength, 86/172 plus 10. Strength can affect the damage a professional does to others. Constitution, 55/111 plus 10. Physical constitution affects a professional's stamina and ability to resist beatings. Speed, 56/113 plus 10. Speed can affect the running speed of the professional or the speed when using weapons. Mental power, 4692. Mental power can affect the probability of being hypnotized and charmed. Spiritual strength, 1500/3400. S level 1st level gains 500 points of spiritual strength for each level upgrade. Assignable attribute points, 0 points. 50 points of free attribute points will be awarded for each level of S level 1 level promotion. Skills, Wuxian 1 sword, A level, 1 killing strike, A level, step forward slash, A level, floating slash, B level, wind treading slash, C level, sword spell, C level, Qing long in the sleeve, C level, thrusting, E level, slashing, E level, exploration, E level. Equipment, Dark Moon sword, silver rank, Dark Moon shoes, silver rank, Goblin new clothes, silver rank. Now my attributes are probably comparable to those of the second-order rubbish professionals. If you put on the Goblin mask, the attributes will only be stronger. After sorting out the rewards, Gu Mo directly opened the dungeon interface. Exit the copy. After a while, Gu Mo's figure appeared on the playground of number 3 middle school. The 3 middle school students cheered. Gu Mo boss cowhide. This time, the city's 3rd middle school is more stable than the 1st. Gu Mo is not only so handsome, but also so powerful. Jianxian also stepped forward to congratulate Gu Mo at this moment. Congratulations, Gu Mo. You performed so well this time, you will definitely receive special admissions from top colleges after the college entrance examination. Gu Mo just smiled faintly after hearing that. Compared to this, I still look forward to the reward of the copy of the college entrance examination. I hope that the copy of the college entrance examination will have a difficult copy. Zhang Tao in the crowd looked at Gu Mo, who was stronger than him in both image and strength. At this moment, his face was hideous. These things should be theirs. I knew that even if I was injured, I would kill those monsters. At this time, the points of all participating students in Linhai City appeared directly on the projection screen. The first place displayed is Gu Mo's name. First place, Gu Mo, Professional S-Level Swordsman, School, Number 3 Middle School, points, 70,000. Second place, Yi Chen, Professional A-Level Priest, School, Number 1 Middle School, points, 8,000. Third place, Jianxian, Professional A-Level Dark Moon Mage, School, Number 3 Middle School, points, 8,000. 99th place, Zhang Tao, Professional A-Level Strong Warrior, School, Number 3 Middle School, points, 250. The moment I saw the ranking list, the whole school was completely boiling. Gu Mo, you are my god. Goddess Qingyue won the 3rd place. This time we have 2 in the top 3 of our 3 middle schools. Have you found out that the Goddess Qingyue and the male god Gu Mo are really a match made in heaven? My aunt's heart is going to explode. Look, Zhang Tao has 250 points at the bottom of the list. Smile to death, this is the first Tianjiao of the 3rd middle school? The moment he saw the leaderboard, Zhang Tao's face darkened. Usually, wherever he goes, he is a sought-after existence, but now he is ridiculed by others, and his face suddenly turns pale with anger. These scumbags. Zhang Tao rushed out of the crowd and came directly to Gu Mo. Gu Mo, do you dare to compete with me? Let's see who gets the most points in the college entrance examination. When the college entrance examination, let everyone see who is the first person in the third middle school. Gu Mo glanced at him sideways and said lightly, You, too? Who is this person? Do you still want to make an appointment with me for a month? I'm afraid I've seen too much duba. I don't know how long the system rewards will be issued. I was very much looking forward to the lucky drop effect of that S-rank skill. Then he went straight to the queue of Class 3. Seeing Gu Mo ignore him, Zhang Tao was furious in his heart. Tier 3, when I get to Tier 3, I want to let you know how good my Zhang Tao is. When did a commoner dare to ignore me like this? Hearing Zhang Tao Gu Mo's conversation, the surrounding students laughed outright. No, 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 someone who is at the bottom of the leaderboard still dares to bet on the number one. The 250 points are well deserved, ha ha ha. Do you really think that you are the first arrogant in the third middle school? The points are at the bottom. My Gu Mo male god is too domineering. Is this clown enough to challenge me, Gu Mo male god? I, the male god Gu Mo, can kill the boss with a single sword. Can you do it too? At this time, the Principal Bai Chen and Mr. Chen from Shanghai University directly turned into a streamer and came to Gu Mo. Principal Bai Chen patted Gu Mo's shoulder and said excitedly, Good boy. Give our number 3 middle school a fight. Let me introduce to you, this is Teacher Chen from Shanghai University, a fourth-order powerhouse. Looking at Gu Mo's performance, Teacher Chen is also very optimistic about this student. There are always unexpected surprises about him. Hello Gu Mo, your strength and fighting talent are very good. If you can get into the top 3 in the college entrance examination, Shanghai University will welcome you. And Shanghai University is very inclusive. If you can get to the top 3, I believe our university will give you a lot of rewards. Gu Mo also smiled faintly at this moment. Then thank you Teacher Chen. After the college entrance examination, I will give priority to Shanghai University. For this kind of person, Gu Mo will also treat him kindly. What Gu Mo didn't expect was that this Shanghai University teacher didn't despise himself as a swordsman profession. Isn't he afraid that I will stay in the second rank like the previous swordsman professionals? Then, the Teacher Chen said, You won the first place in the city of Linhai this time, and you will get a silver-level weapon and an A-level swordsman skill. If you join Shanghai University later, you will get an additional 1,000 points of Shanghai University. I will deliver these rewards to your house tomorrow. Afterwards, this Teacher Chen left the school directly. A great swordsman skill book. Shanghai University is a great writer. No wonder the reward for the first place has not been announced before. It is indeed one of the top universities in the country. Silver-level weapons are barely enough. When the students around heard the news, they all became short of breath. Silver-level weapons, Linhai, are only available in the hands of those third-order powerhouses. Shanghai University said to send it? There are also A-level vocational skills books. At this moment, the 3 middle school students were all sour. Mr. Chen looked at the calm Gu Mo, and he valued Gu Mo more in his heart. The grade lightly faced such a big temptation and did not change his face. It is indeed a juvenile genius. Principal Bai Chen also smiled when he heard such a luxurious reward. Silver-level weapons. With this weapon, Gu Mo's chance of success in the college entrance examination has become greater. The probability of a swordsman advancing to Tier 3 at Shanghai University is much higher than in other places. The president of Shanghai University is a legendary 7th-order powerhouse. Principal Bai Chen praised Gu Mo again and sent all the senior 3 students home to prepare for the college entrance examination in 20 days. Just when Gu Mo was about to leave the school, Chen Qingyue came over. Gu Mo, I saw a staff burst out of your copy. Presumably the grade is not low, right? You can't use it anyway, why don't you sell it to me? Gu Mo directly sent the staff information to Chen Qingyue. Chen Qingyue's eyes lit up when she saw the attributes of this staff. It really is a silver-level weapon. Silver-level weapons generally sell for 2 to 3 million in the market. The attributes of this weapon are quite good, why not just 3 million? Gu Mo nodded. Anyway, I can't use this piece of equipment myself, so I might as well sell it to Chen Qingyue as a favor. And the price she gave is quite fair, and the price of 3 million is also worthy of this top silver-level equipment. Ding dong. 300W has been received. Sure enough, this little girl transfers money as fast as before. Don't underestimate the 3 million renminbi. After the integration of virtual reality 200 years ago, the economy gradually slumped. Maybe the current 3 million is equivalent to the purchasing power of the previous 30 million. There is a full 570W in my card. Go to the pro market sometime and see if you can get some good stuff. After Gu Mo received the money, he left the school and went home. As soon as he entered the house, he found that Sister Lu Zhu was not at home. Of course, Gu Mo is used to it. Xiao Lu Zhu is mysterious for a day, and it disappears for 10 days and a half months. After I get the A-level swordsman skill book and the weapon tomorrow, I will go to the Beimeng Mountains to farm monsters and level up. If you can advance to the second rank before the college entrance examination competition, the top spot in the college entrance examination will be firmly on your way. At this moment, the system bell finally came out. System tip: congratulations to the host for winning the first place in the Linhai City competition and obtaining an S-level skill lucky drop. System prompt: the host triggers an advanced quest. Please ask the host to win the first place in the college entrance examination in Shanghai province in 20 days and reward the S-level physique Jianxian transparent body. The system reward is finally triggered. And it also triggered advanced tasks. If you win the champion of Shanghai province, you can get an S-level physique. Physique and talent are often innately possessed by people and can only be activated under certain conditions. The system can directly reward physique, which is almost no one. Invincible. Just being blessed with a grade A Jianxian talent is so terrifying. I don't know how terrifying the S-level physique will be for one's blessing. Then Gu Mo moved his attention to the skill introduction of Lucky Drop. Lucky Drop, S-level passive skill. After you kill boss-level monsters, the chance of dropping high-quality equipment increases tenfold. 10 times higher probability of high quality. Seeing this, Gu Mo's breathing became rapid. This is a total artifact. The probability is increased tenfold, so why not take off directly? According to the 9-year professional textbook I learned in school, the higher the monster level, the better the equipment dropped, but the drop probability is very low. Especially when it comes to encountering high-level bosses later, the boss drop rate is abnormally low. A silver-level weapon can be sold for 300W. What if it is a gold-level or platinum-level weapon? At this moment, the news that Gu Mo won the first place in Linhai High School with 60,000 points in the second place has also spread throughout Linhai. The main reason is that the reward of Linhai's high 3 ratios is too tempting. Silver-level weapons plus an A-level occupation skill book, this is a reward that many people dream of. Linhai, in the main hall of the Li family. The Li family gathered. The head of the Li family sat on it and saw the news, and pondered for a long time. You said, is the other person Chen Qingyue looked for this Gu Mo? According to the news, she has a good relationship with Gu Mo in the 3rd middle school, and this Gu Mo is so powerful. The second in command of the Li family on the side said firmly. It must be this Gu Mo. Brother, I will send someone to monitor him immediately. And he has a lot of good things on him. He also has a silver-level weapon. Hearing the silver-level weapon, there was a hint of light in the shady eyes of the head of the Li family. Second, don't do it in the city. If he wants to leave the city, kill him directly to avenge my son. The silver-level weapons issued by Shanghai University should be able to be exchanged for other silver-level gloves of better quality. Hearing the order of the head of the Li family, the second child went directly to Gu Mo's house to secretly monitor him. Everyone in the Li family already regards Gu Mo as a mobile treasure house. Day 2. Early in the morning, Gu Mo heard a knock on the door. When I opened the door, I saw that Teacher Chen had brought me equipment and a skill book. This is the silver level long sword and the A-level swordsman skill book. Take it. I'm going to send rewards to several other students, so I'll go first. Gu Mo nodded and took the exquisite gift box. System prompt: detected the A-level swordsman skill book, Shura 5/. Do you study? Study. Azura 5/. A grade released the skill to quickly slash out 5 sword lights. Each slash is 50% more powerful than the previous slash, and consumes 500 spiritual power. This time, it was actually a long-range skill. This way you won't be afraid of being harassed remotely. And this skill looks pretty strong too. I will try it in the Beimang Mountains later, and by the way, I will practice and level up there. Then Gu Mo looked at the silver-level long sword again. Autumn Red Sword. Quality: silver grade. Strength +10. Sharpness +30%. Effect: holding a sword can increase the release speed of sword moves by 50% and the power of sword moves by 10%. In general, this long sword is much more effective than the Silver Moon sword. Gu Mo immediately placed Jianxian on his character panel. Then Gu Mo took out a note and told Xiao Luzhu that he went to the Beimang Mountains to practice for a few days before leaving the house. Beimang Mountains, the periphery. There are generally zero-order mobs here. Occasionally, a few high school students can also be seen brushing monsters here together. However, Gu Mo walked directly towards the depths of the Beimang Mountains. Suddenly, a wind wolf rushed towards Gu Mo. Jianxian slashed, and the wind wolf was directly split into 2 pieces. System tip: congratulations to the host for killing a level 3 wind wolf and get X30 experience points. Only 30 experience points. Sure enough, the experience value obtained in the wild is more than half less than that in the dungeon. Gu Mo's footsteps are directly accelerated. Coming to the outer boundary of the Beimang Mountains, a towering city wall directly separates the outer and inner circles. And above the city wall, there are soldiers wearing cold light armor stationed here. The purpose is to prevent the monsters in the inner circle from entering Linhai City. At the gate of the city, a long line was queuing up to be checked by the guards. Most of these people who entered the inner circle of Beimang were bounty hunters, who relied on killing monsters and took the materials from monsters to sell in various shops. Usually they are first-class people at the bottom. When it was Gu Mo's turn, the soldiers guarding the city were also taken aback. Mainly because Gu Mo is too young. Young man, are you going to enter the inner circle at such a young age? You have to think about it. There is no monitoring in the inner circle. If you encounter someone who wants to kill people and steal money, you have to admit that you are unlucky. Gu Mo nodded, then reported his identity. Hearing Gu Mo's name, the city guards let Gu Mo into the circle. Going out of the city, Gu Mo found that there was an empty space within 100 meters outside the city. This is also to prevent the invasion of monsters. As long as the monsters attack the city, the archers can kill them directly. After walking into the inner circle of the Beimang Mountains, a bell suddenly rang out in my mind. System tip: the host triggers the task to kill the second-order wild boss in the valley in the southwest of the Beimang Mountains, Silver Moon Wolf King. Reward: Black Iron Grade Spirit Sword, Floating Light Sword, upgradable. Upgradable Spirit Sword. I don't know if it is unlimited upgrades or there is an upper limit. What is the difference between a weapon and a spirit sword? Gu Mo is looking forward to this task reward. However, the second-order boss still have to be careful. And wolves are generally pack animals, so be careful. Gu Mo looked around and found that there was no one, and took out a cyan mask and put it directly on his face. Then he followed the instructions of the mission and walked directly towards the boss location. Gu Mo doesn't want to waste his spiritual power. It's important to finish the task first. As we entered the depths of the mountains, the number of monsters we encountered gradually increased. Fortunately, these monsters have low mental power, and there is no trace of Gu Mo at all. The sky was getting darker. In a valley. Gu Mo has finally reached the designated location of the system. System prompt, warning. Warning, the host found the second-order boss territory in the wild Silver Moon Wolf Valley. Please be careful. It's finally here. What you can see is a plain, and at the end of the plain is a cave with dim light. And this valley is very quiet. Could this be the legendary coercion? There was no movement from a monster around. Gu Mo looked around carefully. Just hear a hoot. A giant wolf king with white hair stood on a stone and howled. The bright moonlight shines on it, giving people an indescribable sense of holiness. Suddenly, a pair of scarlet eyes appeared in Gu Mo's field of vision. Silver Moon Wolf. Template, normal. Level 1 and level 6. Skills, Gale Run, Bite, Wind Blade. Description: the Silver Moon wolves in the Beimeng Mountains often appear in groups. They are extremely fast, extremely intelligent, and their strength should not be underestimated. Ordinary first-order professionals can only wait to die when they encounter the Silver Moon wolves. Interesting, even ordinary wolves have the strength of the 1st and 6th levels. No wonder the system rates it so highly. Let you guys come to Kaifeng for my Chiu Hongjian.